What's that? Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Scores! He did it again!
I just killed him. Before the game, I just killed John Madden because of a stink bomb.
Split special teamers, and now Brown is off to the races. Hurdles, kicks him in.
Giants are coming off a worse week than Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, that was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Game's over. Game is finally fucking be over.
Ed, you got to turn your mic on. Okay. Hand on the button.
And now, our feature program.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
What is going on?
Oh, not too much. I know we're a few days late.
And $1 short.
We're always $1 short.
I was gonna say, I don't know. How did our bets go last week?
We lost all except for one.
Well, I went 1-1, so I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, so we lost our one that we picked.
So you went 0-1.
We went 0-1. Yeah, we picked the Kansas City, and that seemed like a good pick, but it was not a good pick.
I told you to pick the Jets against Tampa Bay.
That was Bucks. So that was Jeremy's.
I told you all to pick New England over Jacksonville,
and we should have.
but then you also waffled on that choice many times.
Hey, I mean,
well,
no, I
okay.
saw the spread. I saw the spread with Tampa Bay versus the Jets. I'm like, that's too big of a spread. I didn't expect it to go where it did, but it was like a 17-point spread. Just like, are you kidding?
Well, the Pats was a 16.5 points, and lo and behold.
Yeah, I just didn't realize that Jacksonville was that bad.
Yeah, I don't think any of us realized Jacksonville was that bad.
For the first time, for the first time in real talk, I really think that Georgia or Alabama or somebody might be able to go toe to toe with Jacksonville. Like, really,
real talk.
I never think it. Yeah, I would never think that a college team could ever beat a pro team, no matter how bad the pro team is. But I'm thinking maybe they might be able to beat Jacksonville. They are that bad.
We're rethinking that position.
Yeah.
So Smitty, the first person we're going to talk about, you dated back in high school, back in the 1800s, right?
I taught her economics back in the 1800s.
Well, this week, another national treasure passed away. Betty White, 17 days before she turned 100 years old, was called to the big show up in the sky. She was the last remaining character of the Golden Girls cast to pass away.
And she was a lot more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, she pioneered so much in show business and was just a funny person and the most humble person that anybody can never talk about that was in show business.
I learned on Monday that her character's name on the Golden Girls was Rose.
And if anybody listened to our show on Monday, you know a lot more about Betty White than you did before you listened to the show.
Yeah.
Because we went deep diving on Monday on Betty White.
Oh, yeah. Like long and hard and deep into Betty White on Monday.
She would have appreciated it.
We did it. It was nice and it was gentle, but still a little rough to get through. But all in all, I say it was a good show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had like 13 people, like legitimately, not just like, hey, did you hear this? Like message me or like, we're so sorry that your celebrity hall pass. Like I was just like, oh geez, this took on a life of its own.
It's really sad, not sad, but if you actually met Betty White, she probably would have let you. Because that's the kind of person she was.
Like, you're my celebrity hall pass. Let's go in the back. Okay.
I feel like her and Carrie Fisher are very similar on those pages. You wanna? Yeah. All right. Strap on, big boy. It's gonna be a long ride.
I don't think you'd survive.
Many a men tried, I'm sure.
Torn you apart.
And then another giant in football passed away this week. On January 1st, New Year's Day, Dan Reeves died at the age of 77 from complications due to a long illness. Dan Reeves won more than 200 NFL games as a head coach of the Denver Broncos, the New York Giants, and the Atlanta Falcons. Before coaching, he was a running back for the Dallas Cowboys, winning Super Bowl 6 following the 71 season. After being an assistant coach for the Cowboys, he became head coach of the Denver Broncos in 81. Reeves led the Broncos to 3 Super Bowl appearances behind quarterback John Elway, but they did not win one. Following Denver, he coached for the New York Giants and was fired in 96. Then hired by the Atlanta Falcons, he led Atlanta to their first ever Super Bowl, losing to his old team, the Broncos, and John Elway, 34-19 in Super Bowl 33. He retired during the 03 season as a member of the Denver Broncos Ring Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Anybody
remember him at all? I mean, I do.
The name was very familiar to me, but I don't think I could really place anything more than that. Like, it was a significant person, but I don't know why.
Yeah. I think he only played for 8 years. And I didn't know that he coached for Dallas. I totally forgot that. But I do remember him going for coaching for Atlanta and then losing to Denver. I remember thinking at the time, oh my Lord, he was with Denver all this time, going to the Super Bowl with Denver, can't win. So he goes to a different team, brings him to the Super Bowl, and loses on purpose to make sure John Elway gets his ring. That's when I started thinking about conspiracy theories back then.
All the way back then, back when you were, what, 50?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or were you 60 at that point in time?
I don't recall. I have Alzheimer's.
I was going to say, it wasn't back when Abraham Lincoln got shot.
No,
that you started with the conspiracy theories.
We know you were in the theater.
I think Smitty is at a deity that's just beyond the level of like timelines or ages or numbers. He is just the infinite.
Well, I am a deity. I am worshipped. I do have a religion.
He can't speak though.
You could potentially end up on a gospel radio station.
I could be a Prophet Kingfish.
Mm-hmm.
Back again.
I just want to produce that. I just want to produce it. You can talk. I just want to be the one that's recording it because I want to know what it's like to be in the cult of Smitty.
You've been in there for years. What are you talking about?
I know.
Isn't that how you became friends?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, but back to Dan Reeves about because Jeremy is the fountain of
useless
NFL information, right?
Oh yeah.
What do you remember about Dan Reeves? Do you remember him much at all, about hearing about him, or your first memories of him and things?
So thinking back, I mean, I remember he was with the Giants the early 90s because they were playing the Cowboys a lot, and of course can't get past the Cowboys in the early 90s.
That's true.
And then I remember in the early 2000s when he was with Atlanta, I mean, he had that team turned around. That team was doing something. Wasn't he the coach that was going to do the Dirty Bird, like down the street if they won the Super Bowl or something?
Yes, he was going to do that. Yes, he was going to during the parade in Atlanta. He was going to do the Dirty Bird.
See, random knowledge.
the man of useless NFL knowledge.
Smitty appreciates it.
We all appreciate it because we were missing you the other week when I couldn't remember somebody's name. And I remember, you can tell Gail, I remember like 3 days later, I'm like, Christian Fourier. And she's like, who? And I'm like, the guy I was trying to remember the name on the show.
He was a Patriots tight end back years ago. Now he does WEI.
Yes, and I couldn't remember who I was trying to talk about because some plays football for Colorado.
Yeah.
As soon as Jeremy said the Falcons, I was like, maybe I should actually Google to see what this guy actually looks like. Now I know where I freaking knew him from. Is from when he coached with the Falcons.
Yeah, he coached Atlanta for a good stretch there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were pretty good for a while. They had a few really good years.
Oh yeah.
He was a better coach than he was a player for sure.
Yes.
I mean, he was on the team that won the Super Bowl. He didn't do a lot to make that Super Bowl happen. So.
Oh, your brother's probably swearing in the other room.
Oh, he's not a happy person. Yeah, he's like me. If my team isn't winning by 50-3 or losing 50-3 in the first quarter, we're mad because either we know we're gonna win or we know we're gonna lose. We don't like these close games.
You don't like the back and forth games?
Minshew's trying out for whatever team's going to trade for him for next year.
Yeah.
I love Minshew. I'm hoping Miami picks him up.
Gets rid of Tua.
I'm giving Tua another year. I want him behind the line that can block. And then what?
I said you just want Minshew. You don't care whether or not.
Right.
You just want the stash.
I want porn star on my team. Okay. And I'll give Tua another year. I don't hear. I just I was not not a big fan about taking him, but he's there now. Give him a year behind the line that can block. And if no improvement happens, then we'll move on. But give the man another year. Anyways.
All right. So Chris, do you want to take on our college football?
We can. Me and Smitty can kind of tag team it. So, major bowl games that were played on New Year's Day: Alabama 27, Cincinnati lost 27-6. However, that game was a lot closer than that score indicates. Cincinnati had multiple chances to score. I still think Alabama would have won, but I think you could have easily seen a 27-21 game, easy. However, I also think that Nick Saban at a certain point was like, okay, I'm going to sit my guys because this is just getting brutal at this point.
He did, and Cincinnati tripped over themselves a lot. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Cincinnati had every chance to at least be in the game. I'm not saying they would have won by any means, but they had every chance to be in the game. Like they were moving the ball on Alabama, they just couldn't get shit done in the red zone. This is like my favorite thing ever. Georgia whooped that team up north 34-11, and that game was not close. Like that game wasn't. Like the last touchdown was scored in garbage time when Georgia had already had the game won.
Yes.
So they got smoked.
Georgia looked like the team that Georgia is, and the team that did not play Alabama that first game.
Exactly. And I would agree with that. Oklahoma State beat Notre Dame 37-35.
My favorite game of the weekend.
I watched a good chunk of that game. Oklahoma State's defense actually, like the fact that they Notre Dame scored 35, but Oklahoma State's defense was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me happy because we just took their defensive coordinator. And then in the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, Ohio State, on a last-minute field goal, beat Utah 48-45.
Yeah.
I watched that game, and I want you to answer this for me, Christopher. Did Ohio State say, you know what? Do we really need to win this game? Because there's no way that should have been that close. No. There's no way.
So, a couple things with Ohio State. Their starting interior defensive lineman, their best interior defensive lineman, Haskell Garrett, sat because of the draft. Their top two receivers sat because of the draft. A couple of their offensive linemen sat, and then we had a couple people out. However, Jackson Smith and Jigba set multiple Rose Bowl records, in that game. And like I had gotten so pissed that I had turned it off, and all of a sudden I get a message from Gail saying, "Hey, you need to watch this game." So I watched the final drive.
I think we all got that message.
I was like, you need to maybe look at this.
Yeah, because we were watching it, and
things are looking a little different.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Not remembering that the game was even happening.
Yeah. I did go back and rewatch like a good portion of the game. Fast forwarded some things, and I was like, okay, like they stepped up. The defense finally kind of showed up in the second half. So hopefully next year, our defense looks a little better.
Yeah.
In the Sugar Bowl, Baylor beat Ole Miss.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
I think he dropped out.
Yeah, I was.
He said he's been.
What is he gonna say?
Championship game is a rematch of.
Oh.
Okay,
You're
so
back.
you have to do all of that over again.
Monday night, sorry. Yeah.
What happened?
Bama, Georgia.
Yes.
What?
We just missed like all that.
All of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think you said Sugar Bowl, and that was the end of that.
Do it all over again.
Yeah.
No, we heard Sugar Bowl Baylor 20 beat, and then you shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is probably my internet. Baylor beat Ole Miss 21-7. I did not watch that game. However, that score doesn't surprise me at all. Baylor's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't surprised, but I expected Ole Miss to win, actually, but oh well.
And then college football championship game, Bama, Georgia, the rematch of the SEC championship game. That's going to be Monday night. Is anybody really surprised?
Not really.
Yeah, I really hope Georgia does win. Either way, I'm screwed regardless because of where I live, so I'm going to have to hear it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then after that Team Up North's impressive loss, Heisman finalist Aiden Hutchinson, who at one point was projected to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft, is projected now to fall probably to 3 or 4. I don't remember exactly who it is. I know it's an offensive lineman is now projected to go number 1. I just have to look that stuff up. I haven't looked at the draft stuff yet because everything's changed, like 4 times in the last week. So
it usually changes at least once more.
Yeah. So I figured, after the national championship game, I'll start kind of.
Well, the real question is, what do we think Jacksonville needs?
Yeah.
Everything.
To throw a dart at the dartboard.
An entire draft class.
Yeah.
All 200 and something players of it.
Yeah. Not a whole lot in the coaching carousel. Ohio State fired their offensive line coach, Greg Studwell. It is rumored that I can't think of the dude's name, but we're going to get the offensive line coach from UCLA. And then the guy. So remember, I want to say 3-4 weeks into the season, I told you guys that they relieved Kerry Combs of the defensive coordinator duties and gave it to Matt Barnes, who was our secondary coach.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, so they just hired away.
Say so.
Yeah.
How long ago did you tell us this?
Yeah, this is like months ago. So maybe. Anyway,
the name sounds familiar.
Definitely said it.
Yeah,
I remember you saying it.
Sure. So
If you think
Matt
so.
Barnes, since we just hired Oklahoma State's Knowles from Oklahoma State as our defensive coordinator, the acting defensive coordinator, Matt Barnes, was actually hired by Memphis as their DC, which is actually really good for Matt Barnes. He's walking into one of the top American Conference teams to be the defensive coordinator after 8 games as the Ohio State DC. And he didn't do a horrible job. Like, the turning point for Ohio State's defense, they started looking better once he took over. And then lastly, rumors are flying again that Team Up North's Jim Harbaugh is going to be going to the NFL. Rumors are it's either going to be Chicago or Vegas. What do you guys think?
Chicago could use him.
If I was him, I'd be looking for anything he could, because they were talking about canning him before the season started, if I recall.
Yeah, and then he beat Ohio State and won Coach of the Year.
Exactly.
You don't think that he'll go to Jacksonville?
No, he already said, he's even said, he'd like to go to either Chicago or Vegas. He's got roots in Chicago because that's who drafted him. And then
I could see him going to Chicago.
Yeah, and if that happens, Nate, I am going to be a Steelers fan for a while. Because I refuse to root for that man.
I was thinking about it, that he would be perfect there in Chicago because he wouldn't even have a chance to suck or be good, and they'll remove him anyway.
Well,
it'd be okay if they get rid of the Bears get rid of the actual front office. If they rebuild their front office, I think that's what's turning off a lot of coaches to Chicago, is they don't want to deal with that front office.
Chris, my ex-wife's husband, his name is Dave. He's a Penn State fan.
Dave's not here.
No, he's not. But we were watching the game, and then I said I have a friend on the podcast that we were talking about the team that lost. So I go, and he calls it that team up north. And Dave said, "Oh, is he an Ohio State fan?" I was like, "Yes." How did you know that? He goes, "Because that's what they all do. Because they're a bunch of pompous dicks or something like that. So he said that you're a pompous dick.
Man, it happens.
That was a long way to get around to calling him a pompous dick. By the way.
I didn't call him pop. The fact is, this man knew you were an Ohio State fan just because I said you called Michigan that team up north. I was like, wow. I guess there's something with Florida State.
The conference for the virtually the last 25 years.
Also, who uses the word pompous dick to describe somebody? Has any of you ever used the word pompous dick?
No.
Pompous?
However,
No.
My mom has. I know my mom has.
The funny thing is, if you ask people who are the worst fans to go to an actual game in the Big Ten, almost everybody that's ever been to a Big Ten game will tell you Penn State fans are fucking jackasses. Like, they're the ones that will try to fight you.
He said that Ohio State fans are the worst fans.
Oh, we're assholes. Don't get me wrong, but we don't try to fight people.
And I think he said pompous prick, actually, or something of that sort. But
But even a pompous anything is just weird. But also, can we get to the fact that how animated Chris got? When was the last time any of us has seen him get that passionate about anything?
Oh, I'm just used to being called an asshole because I'm
No.
an Ohio State fan.
it almost made me want to have a special Tats college half hour and have him on the show, just so you two can have everyone else just sits back and watch while you two talk
That would
about.
not be productive at all.
That's the point.
That's our new thing.
That's radio gold right there.
That is our new thing. We're all just gonna sit back. We're all gonna cuck in the four corners, and these two are just gonna talk back and forth. And we're just gonna toss in, I don't know, Jim Harbaugh or something, just some random little thing to get somebody fired, the other one fired up and pissed off.
Every
Oh,
once
he
in a
don't
while,
like Jim
doing
Harbaugh
some-
either, and he don't like Michigan either. He don't like them at all.
No.
So. But
So
yeah,
they
I
do
thought it was
have some
funny.
common grounds.
Yes.
So I guess we just need to find a Michigan State fan
Yes.
Yes.
to come on the show and do every week.
Watch the fights ensue.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
if I want to
Patreon
know
with
a
that.
Michigan State fan.
That's all I got for college.
So I did look up the mock draft.
What?
Huh?
I looked up the mock draft and
Mock draft?
yeah, for the college, and it's Evan Neal from Alabama that jumped to the first.
He's like an offensive tackle, right?
It just says OL next to it.
Offensive line, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was an offensive lineman. I was like 85% sure they went to Alabama, but I didn't want to throw that out there if I wasn't sure. Where do they have Hutchinson projected to go?
All three of the people on this one have him going second to the Lions.
Wouldn't be bad. Detroit, Michigan, yeah.
Both losing teams.
Yeah.
Detroit has a second pick?
Yes.
Yeah.
As of right now, I think, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, they're like 2-14-1.
Yeah. I just thought they were better.
That one is the only reason Jacksonville has it.
Yeah.
Has the number one pick.
So if Jacksonville wins and Detroit loses tomorrow,
they'll flop.
Detroit will get the number one pick.
Yeah.
That actually makes me nervous, though, because Detroit's team isn't bad. Like, they have all the pieces.
They just don't know how to use them.
Didn't they, though? I feel like they might have.
All right. Let's move on from college. Smitty, are you doing your thingamajig this week, or is Nate doing his think tank? I think we did a think tank last week, correct?
I have a thingamajig, but isn't Gal's thing first, or does he have anything?
No,
Does he-
yours is first.
Is
think
it?
Then we're
Okay.
going to get to Gal.
Okay, okay, this is a little bit weird. Okay. Think of your favorite football team. Okay. I know it's hard. Okay. Now, say something terrible. Well, we're living in an alternate universe here, okay? Your team has got to move.
Okay.
Okay. From your, wherever it is, to a different NFL area. And that team has to move to where your favorite team is.
Oh, jeez.
Who's that?
That's too easy. That's too easy for me.
Okay.
All right,
There's a
Nate,
couple
you go
in New
first.
England, and New England's heading over to freaking Wisconsin. That's too easy for me.
Okay.
That's super easy for me.
This is a two-part question, but go ahead.
I would say for all of us except for Jeremy, Travis, and Gail. That's easy. We have out of state.
Well, Jeremy's not in Massachusetts anymore.
Yeah.
I'd take Carolina and the New England to swap places.
Okay.
It's primarily Travis and Gail, and I guess even Smitty, because there's no team or no. Alabama's probably or Atlanta's probably closer than Miami is currently.
I was gonna say I'm gonna flip Chicago to Atlanta.
Yep. We have multiple Atlanta flips.
Okay.
See, I feel like the second part of this question is gonna bite you all in the ass.
Well,
so I'm flipping New England and the Colts.
What I'm thinking is, if one of our teams, like say I move with the Packers here, and then Travis moves, or not Travis, freaking Jeremy moves its team from New England to here. Does that trade swap the states?
So since Nate went first, so the Pats are currently in Michigan, Michigan, and Green Bay is in New England. So then Jerry moved from New England.
They are now the New England Packers.
So now the New England Packers moved to Carolina, and now all of a sudden we have the New England Panthers, and I'm moving the Panthers to Michigan, and I'm taking back the Patriots to New England.
First of all,
I think we're nuking the shit out of this.
hey, Travis.
I don't think this is going how Smitty wanted it to go.
Michigan has the Lions.
Oh, wherever. Minnesota? Is it Minnesota?
Minnesota has the Vikings.
Oh my God.
Then where's the hell's Green Bay? Green Bay is in the cheese state. That's Minnesota.
No, it's not.
Wisconsin?
Oh, it's
Green Bay,
Oh my
Wisconsin.
God.
Why didn't anybody help him?
Because it was way more fun to watch him struggle.
Gail's sitting right next to him, laughing at him because she knows.
I had to. I couldn't let him flounder that long. It
But it was so much
Chris,
fun.
was almost painful.
Chris, you should have been here at the early shows when he tried to pronounce names of players.
Yeah, there's a reason
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't do that
better.
no more.
That I will not help him with because that's hilarious.
I butcher these names like it's nobody's business.
The other part too is I'm wearing a Packers hat tonight.
Yeah.
And really, you couldn't at all close to.
That's great.
So he's moved. Travis has moved the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers into one conversation.
The Patriots are at this point.
Freaking Hawaii.
Where did we trade them to?
I'm pretty sure they're either in Hawaii or Alaska.
They're one of the M states. That's all I know.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure Carolina is now in Detroit. The Lions are in New England, but
But somehow the Vikings got moved, and even with Minnesota.
And somehow Arizona's in Seattle.
No, if I got this right, Nate moved the Packers to New England.
Yes.
Yeah.
I then moved the Packers from New England to Carolina.
Yeah.
Travis then moved Carolina to Detroit. And then
every
Detroit
other
to
team.
Wisconsin. Or to Michigan. And
Is New England at all have a team?
Well, no, we're just gonna move one of the California teams to Maine. They don't have a team, so we might as well just.
Well, no, it all went full circle.
But no one went back to New England.
Nate moved the Patriots originally to New England, and 30 teams later, Travis like, that's right, Nate moved them back to New England.
Every other team who bats are back in New England.
Nobody's where they started but the Patriots.
Okay, Smitty, now we get that point.
Okay, now forget all that. Okay, think of the football team you hate the most. Not your arch enemy, but the team that you refuse to watch, or the team you hate. You just don't like them, right? Everybody has that team. Right?
Refuse to cheer for. We watch the games to hope they lose, no matter what.
Like me and the Jets, or like Nate in Minnesota, Chicago. Chicago. Okay. Now let's say, because the NFL's NFL, they make your team, the Packers, they have to go to Chicago. So they're now called the Chicago Packers. your team moved to the city, the team that they switch. Do you still cheer your team, or do you cheer the team that's in your city? Like they would be the Green Bay Bears, the Chicago Packers. Who do you go for? And of course, whichever team it is that you hate the most. See, mine would be the Jets. Mine would be Miami Jets, or the New York Dolphins. I'm going with New York Dolphins. I'm just saying.
I have a question.
Hold on, I have a question. Do the New York Dolphins play in New Jersey and get sued for it?
Yes, I meant to put that on the thing. I forgot to. Yeah.
So let's say the Green Bay Bears, right? Are they wearing the Bears colors or are they wearing the Green Bay colors?
It's always the name of the team. So the Bears will be wearing the Bears colors.
Oh, then I'm Chicago.
Chicago Packers will be wearing Packers colors.
Then I'd go with that because to me it's my team. It's just
the different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the Packers still have Rodgers, or did the Bears now have Rodgers?
I believe he moved.
Or is Rodgers retired?
He went to Minnesota.
Well, no, he can't move.
Freaking Alaska.
He couldn't go to Minnesota. He had to go to New York first.
Yes. Yes. Don't you remember?
Go to Minnesota.
It's been done before.
Texas.
So Travis, who is your team you're switching out with, and who do you go with at that point?
The team I hate the most, or the team that I would switch with.
Good.
Who you hate? Who do you hate? I know. For your partner there, it's going to be Indianapolis. So.
Giants.
Giants. So you now have the new England Giants or the New York Patriots.
I actually don't hate the name the New York Patriots.
I don't hate it at all.
I think it sounds better than New England Patriots.
I think I'd become a Green Bay fan.
a Green Bay Bears fan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're in that same area. Muppet, what about you?
If my whole team is being moved, coaches, players, everything, I'm going to follow my team.
So your team it would now be in Indianapolis.
Yes.
Indianapolis Patriots.
Yes.
Imagine Brady's stats if he played in a dome for all those years.
Right.
What about you, Jeremy?
I don't really have a hated team.
You know, the reason why he doesn't have a team is because you know so much about all of the teams that you just kind of like them all a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I have too much informational knowledge. I don't have a team that I hate. I mean, I would say the Giants, but let's face it, they caught lightning twice. Besides that, they've been garbage. I mean,
is that why you hit the Giants? Because they beat your perfect man? I forgot. Okay.
Yeah,
Twice.
they screwed up my perfect season.
Yeah.
We don't
What
talk
about you,
that year.
Chris?
I mean, the thing is, most of the teams that people hate are because it's always a competitive game, but those are the ones I like watching the most. I'd rather see those games that are competitive and down to the wire, whether it's win or lose.
Jeremy, I have a question for you. What's the team that are the least likely to ever pick to win a game?
Well, that depends on what season it is.
It really does.
This current season, I'd say Jacksonville. The rate they're going.
So your Jacksonville is your hated team.
Well, no, because I just feel sorry for them. I don't hate them.
He just feels bad.
Or who do you feel sorry for the most?
So I guess what he's saying is,
Jesus.
Would you go for the?
Think about it. It's either Jacksonville or Oakland or Las Vegas this year. I mean.
So would you go for New England Jaguars or the Jacksonville Patriots?
Oh, I'm a Patriots fan.
Yes. What about you, Chris?
I'm gonna be a Green Bay Bears fan.
You know, so we all said the team, not the city. None of us said it was going with the city or New England. No one said New England. No, I didn't say Miami. You didn't say Green Bay. We went with our team, like
It's
the
because
colors.
We're not fans of where they're from. We're fans of the team.
And I think it's very interesting.
Well, except for Travis, who decided to just jump ship and become a freaking Packers fan.
Yes.
Better than a Cowboys fan, right,
no,
Jeremy?
at that point, he became a Bears fan because Nate swapped them.
Yes. So he's
Nate swapped them, but did Chris swap them back?
No. Chris stayed with them.
But
I would say, do you all now think we have an idea of what it's like to be a Browns fan?
Yes. Well, no, because as Gail said, we're the fan of the team, not the city. But most people are fans of the football team that's in their city.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that's the thing.
Except for Nate.
It's when you're born. If you say if your team had swapped, say when you were born, if Smitty, your Miami and the Jets had flop spots. Growing up, you would have been a Jets fan of the area they were at, and so then you wouldn't know any different.
Well, it's just like they're St. Louis because they were the Cardinals forever, then they became the Rams, then down to Arizona, and you're just a Cardinals fan wherever they go.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You're a fan of your team, and your fandom is based normally off where you're from or the team that is most impactful to you as you're growing up.
Because, see, I was a Green Bay Packers fan when I was younger.
Kind of like Jeremy was a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Until
Once
97.
a fan, always a fan. We're like the Marine Corps up here.
Brett Favre.
Until 97 hit?
I was a fan when Brett Favre played. I think he was really the only...
So you're a recent Patriots fan then? Because that wasn't
wait,
that.
Wait. Let me ask you this: were you a
I was
Packers
in like
fan,
elementary
or were you
school.
A Favre fan?
I don't know. I was
That's
young.
two different things.
I was young, so I really didn't watch a lot of football.
You just saw Brett Favre winning
when my brothers had it on, and it was probably because of the colors that I was like, "Ooh, I like those colors."
Green means go.
But that was the team that I chose. And I remember choosing that team in a bet against my brothers in the Super Bowl, and I won.
Yeah, see, that's why you're my wife.
My brothers said the Patriots were going to win, and I said the Packers were going to win, and then they had to clean my room.
Fair enough.
All right.
Smitty, I like your thingamajigs.
Thank you.
Your thingamajig.
Travis.
Yes. Travis confused the rest of us.
Yes. That's what I'm here for. Thank you very much. I'm here all week.
So, I feel like we were really sharp onto it, though, because we weren't too far off from where he actually said all those things were.
I just try to make them conversational pieces so we have a conversation about something.
Well, Gail's got a feel-good story of the week, so...
We'll say that we are a gabby group of individuals tonight.
When it comes to football, when it comes to sports talk.
We're also not as tired as we normally are because none of us work today.
Yeah,
right?
I was saying, apparently we need to not do the show on a day that we all work.
Yes.
Or, no, not do the show on a day we have to go to work the next day.
True.
Yes, because then we can just do it as
So
long as we want.
I'm available every day of the week.
Me too.
I was going to say, I'm available every day of the week until February.
What happens in
I go
February?
back to work on the 18th.
I'm almost never available.
What happens in February, Nate?
He starts his new job.
I'd probably start my new job, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. We haven't had a...
so he told me before he told you?
Yeah.
Watch it, Travis. There's something going on with them, too.
Those are
he already knows.
Are you sure that baby's yours, Travis?
Oh, that baby's his.
Yeah, she's
I
definitely
don't know. She doesn't
his.
sleep like I do at all.
No,
That's
she's
the problem.
literally...
I wonder if the baby's hers.
She's in her room right now. I can hear her on the monitor just going da 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 da.
She got my half of the Watson sleep.
Yeah,
She
apparently.
did. And so did Connor. He gets up at like 4:30 in the morning and goes out into the living room and watches TV till school.
And we're like, no, go back to bed.
You know what? Travis tells him to go back to bed. I just let him do it.
You're like, if you don't wake me up, I don't care what you
Exactly. I'm like, I don't care. Just don't wake anybody else up.
You know what? That tells me that kid's got responsibilities all over him. He is going to be a responsible child. He's never going to be late.
I'm like, you know what? Don't wake anybody else up. And then he goes to bed on time.
You know what? Travis, you might want to make him the executor of your estate. I'm just saying.
You kidding me? I'm taking all my money when I die with me.
Yeah,
There's going to be no money left. He's going to spend it all.
Damn right I am.
There's no money.
Connor's
I'll
going
leave
to
him with
figure
all the
out a
bills.
way how to invest your money somehow without you even knowing it.
All right, Gail. Let's get your feel-good story.
So, last weekend, yeah, hold on. At last weekend's Titans, I believe they played the Dolphins.
Yes, I believe they played the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Dolphins.
Yeah.
This better not be about Titans. If this isn't a good, you know what? I'm not going to listen.
It is, actually.
You gotta listen. It's a requirement.
Suck it. So this gentleman, Chad Davis, he's a season ticket holder. He was about halfway home. It's about a 2.5 hour drive home from where the Titans play.
I ran him over with my car, that bastard.
Shut up. He realized that his wedding band was missing.
Oh.
Off his hand. He pulled over on the interstate and he was searching through his car. So this wedding band, it's not a normal just gold or silver wedding band. It's actually a navy blue tungsten ring with the Titans emblem engraved on it. His wife had it made for him.
Oh, so he's a fan.
Oh, he's a fan.
Okay, well, God bless him. And I like the Titans.
She's the one who gave him the tickets, the season tickets. She gave them to him for Valentine's Day.
So tickets for Valentine's Day.
Wait, hang on. Since when do guys get gifts like that for Valentine's Day?
Is there a story talking about this man's wife? That man's wife has a sister that's single.
But for real, I mean, ladies gotta step it up. Amanda.
She went to bed. She said, "Hey,
you
fam,
don't let her
fam.
listen, Nate."
Wrong show.
Yeah.
Why do we get all these spam things on the?
I don't know.
Because people suck. All right. So, he went on to, when he got home, he admitted it to his wife that he had lost the ring and everything, and like he says that she gave him shit about it, and then he went to Twitter and he posted a picture of them, like their hands, one of their wedding pictures of the ring. And in his post, it said, "I lost my wedding band somewhere at the game today. From the day we got married, sick to my stomach, was sitting in section 202. Please share in case someone found it. I would pay to recover it." And he tagged the Titans in it. Not long after that, someone from the Titans, like, front office commented back on his post, or like they tweeted back or whatever. And I don't know Twitter, okay? I don't fucking do Twitter.
We don't do the Twitter.
So
someone in the front office responded.
Thanks.
You know how old you sound, Muppet?
Whatever.
We don't do the Twitter face.
I don't do Twitter. I can do TikTok, but I don't go on Twitter. I have one, I just don't use it. So Ashley,
things people tweet on. The birds are tweeting again.
Yes,
Ashley. I'm just gonna go ahead and tweet Titter again.
Did you just say Titter again?
Is that what it's called, Titter?
I unfriend you.
I am going to hit you.
Hit Travis for me.
No.
He said he'll take it.
No, he didn't. I'm gonna hit you the next time I see you.
He said he's gonna turn the light off, and then he wants you to hit him.
I'm pretty sure she already did. I have a bruise.
So, anyways, Ashley Stokely asked him for his exact row and seat number. And when he responded, she deployed 2 security officers.
Now we know why they're together.
Yeah. No, I'm usually the
She's
English
the good one,
language
yeah.
arts person. And
I promise, officer, I'm not.
yeah,
She's the one who can speak usually.
I am. They went to search for the missing ring around section 202, row U, seats 3 and 4. It was dark at the stadium, and they had actually just gotten a light dusting of snow. But one of the security officers found... I have a problem with that word.
Officer.
Officer.
He actually found the ring. He found it in an aisle a couple of rows below where Davis was sitting. He had actually been high-fiving other fans on his way out of the stadium.
From them beating.
Because they beat the Dolphins 34-3.
You didn't have to talk about the score.
Womp womp. Yeah, so as he was high-fiving them, it obviously
Smitty, I didn't choose to bet on that game for you because I'm like, they're going to get killed. I'm not going to do it.
So once they found it, the front office went back to Twitter. They posted, "All good, Chad. Someone will be in touch about how to get it back to you," with a picture of the ring. He had commented to Sports, it's Yahoo Sports, that he was going to send someone, a friend of his, out on Monday to pick the ring up because he couldn't get out there. But the vice president of marketing for the Titans said, "People lose valuables often. We try our hardest to find them. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But when we do, especially when it's something that valuable to someone, it means a lot." So
he better give that security guard some kind of
right
thank you letter with some kind of something in it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
To see,
are
like,
you done with the story?
Yeah, I'm done with the story. I was hoping to see that, like, maybe a team member or something, like a player, was gonna do something for him, but
Well, no, I think it's really good they did that. They didn't have to. And that's good people there. I've been married once or a million
10
times.
times.
And I've worn many wedding bands. I'm just saying. And I've taken them off depending if I was working on my car or something like that, put them back on.
Yeah, working with your car.
But I've never lost my wedding band just randomly anywhere doing anything.
Well,
I mean,
the issue with tungsten is it doesn't shrink like normal metal will. So cold weather and whatnot, your fingers shrink in the colder weather.
I give a damn. No, I ain't believing it. I think he slid that some gun off.
Yep.
Put it in his pocket because he, was chatting whatever, and then oh crap, I can't find it now. So
that's exactly what happened.
Well, no, because I have a tungsten carbide one, and depending on the weather, it could be a snug fit, or that thing I put it on, I do this, and it just goes flop right off. Because tungsten doesn't shrink and expand like other metals do.
I had one too, and it did just fine. It never came off.
Never came off, yeah, and yeah.
Was that your first marriage of 6 months or your second marriage?
My first marriage was a one-night stand that lasted 4 years. My second marriage lasted almost...
That's a really long one-night stand, Smitty.
Oh, God. Tell me about it.
You'd have to listen to Talking Stuff podcast story.
My second marriage lasted 10 years, even though only 4 of it were actually together. So, and that one I had to have actually cut off my finger.
Oh, jeez.
Did you get fat?
Yeah. No, the metal shrunk because it wasn't made of tungsten.
See, I've never had this problem because I've never had a wedding band.
I did not know that at the time. I heard that later. But that is a really good story, Gail. That's very nice that they did that for him. And they actually sent someone back out there during the snow. And, yeah, that was pretty cool. Because it did snow.
Yes.
Sunday night it snowed quite a bit.
Yeah, it got cold down there. It snowed, and nothing else happened up here.
Oh, I drove from Florida to Tennessee Sunday night, and I drove from a tornado watch warning, excuse me, into a blizzard. My God dang. So it was more than a light of dusting. It was a good thing of snow.
Yeah, my cousin.
So apparently
was
I'm in the
telling
right
me.
spot because I've had no signs of anything.
No, it was just like 12 degrees out yesterday.
What do you mean? It was like 45, 50
In the
here
morning?
Yesterday. Yesterday morning it was probably about 30.
That's not what Maureen was telling me when she called me yesterday.
But you do realize she exaggerates.
Well,
I
obviously.
looked at temperature on my car when I get in the car, and it was like 32 degrees.
I was like, wow, it sounds like it's colder down there than it is up here.
Well, let's see. Current temperature outside right now, 40 degrees.
Let's
You're
see,
warmer
let's
than we
see.
are.
Current
Let's
temperature
see.
outside right now. Oh, this is Clarksville. I got my close one. Never mind. I'm shutting up.
I got a whopping 5.
Oh, I got 9.
I got 11 over here.
All right, you ready, guys? Ready to talk some NFL?
Absolutely.
So let's talk about our
YMCA.
Let's talk about our very favorite player of all time, AB. The Tampa Bay
Didn't we
Buccaneers.
at one point say we were never going to talk about this
Yeah.
guy ever again?
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh
it was
my God.
I think this time we finally get to.
This needs to be talked about.
So the
Is it-
Tampa Bay Buccaneers Week 17 victory.
How long have we been doing this show, Travis? 2 years? Is this
3?
our
No, this
second
is
or
third.
years?
This is our
3
third
years.
season.
So 3 years ago,
Yeah.
we were talking about how we were never going to talk about this guy. 3 years.
Yes.
We have not mentioned anything about him.
But this
No, we've mentioned everything about
needs
him.
to be talked about.
So, as I was saying, the Week 17.
He is a content goal.
Yes, he
That's
is. Week 17's victory of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Jets featured one of the most bizarre tantrums and spectacular mid-game exits in recent NFL history.
It's 54 degrees here.
Thank you, Smitty.
After reportedly,
old man with technology issues.
Yeah. After reportedly refusing.
Who's the dick on Monday? Remember this story.
Okay.
After reportedly refusing to re-enter the game when asked by Coach Bruce Arians, wide receiver Antonio Brown took off his jersey and shoulder pads before chucking his shirt into the grandstands, along with his gloves, too, and streaking through the end zone topless and exiting the field through the tunnel. He was doing jumping jacks.
I was going to say,
because
he
his ankle
wasn't
hurts
just
so bad.
streaking. He was doing jumping jacks.
He was
But
like,
you know, though, we can say that what he was really doing was a charitable thing. That, you know, some lucky person got those gloves, and, you know, that's a historical moment, and the shirt. And then, you know, some Make-A-Wish kid wanted him to do that particular thing at that exact time. He is a saint. He should be up for Walter Payton Award.
Saint.
I
my
lost the
ass.
fantasy football game by a little bit more than 10 points, and he was my starting wide receiver. He probably wasn't going to give me 10 points, but there was still another quarter left. There's a quarter left. He may have.
And they were down.
yeah.
Yes. He
So,
may have.
the Bucks have now released Antonio Brown. He is now
The
a
heck
free
did they?
agent.
Really?
Yeah, and he's cleared waivers.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise, surprise.
But
They immediately released him.
so
No, they didn't. They waited till Thursday, I think, to release him.
Really?
yeah,
They weren't
yeah,
allowed
it
to
was
release-
actually no, it was Friday. It was Friday afternoon.
Arians said he's no longer part of the team, but they did not technically release him till I think Thursday or Friday.
Friday afternoon. It was Friday at 4:30, as I heard it on my
Because-
way home.
The issue is, Gail, because if a player is injured, you cannot release him
Yep.
if he's injured because of football reasons.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they
Okay.
had to somehow figure out, okay, he didn't report any of his injury, so
Mhm.
whatever. They were trying to pretty much prevent any possible lawsuit against their
Cover
team.
his ass so that
Which-
way he couldn't get paid.
Understandable.
So
So-
that's why it took so long to tactically actually release him.
So now that we've actually heard both sides of the situation, where Arians come out and said no, I asked him if he was able to play, and all he did was complain about the amount of targets he had, and him just saying no, I'm not going back out there. I'm not getting the targets. Why bother? Basically, Do you think AB was justified in his reaction to being told, get your ass on the field?
Well, like I said in the question, not the way he left, not that way, but just leaving in general. Do you think? Because my understanding was he told people he would have an ankle injury anyhow. And he said to coach, I can't go because of his ankle. He goes, well, then get the hell out of here. So, and he took it as he was being released. Do you think he had a right to leave? Maybe not the way he left, but do you think he should have, do you think he's justified in go ahead and going back in the locker room?
Well, he was told to go back in the locker room.
Yeah.
The problem is what he says happened isn't what all the rest of the team is saying happened, including the other players now.
Yeah, I mean, you if you watch the video, Mike Evans
he was
tried
trying
3 different times to get him to keep his uniform on and stay out there.
He was trying to calm him down.
Yeah. Just keep your uniform on and sit on the bench and just don't play the rest of the game. That's fine.
Well, no, he was trying. He wanted to play. AB's a talented player. Players want to win. They want other talent around them. He was trying to calm him down, get him settled, and get him to be willing to go back out and play.
Okay.
I want Antonio Brown to go to the Patriots.
He
was already.
He was here. Then
he was already here. They won't bring him back.
So
the Patriots are in the playoffs.
Antonio Brown to go to the Packers.
Which Patriots? The New England Patriots or the Green Bay Patriots?
Or the Carolina Patriots, or the Detroit Patriots,
or the Hawaii Patriots.
So, will another team sign him?
The Patriots are in the playoffs. Antonio Brown goes back to Belichick. And, conspiracy theory, they make it to the Super Bowl. Now these two teams are playing each other.
he won't play again.
So you're saying Tampa's going to beat Packers again in Green Bay?
So hang on. He's not... Okay, being honest here, he's not going to play again this year. Even if he signs with someone else, he's not playing again this year. His ankle's hurt. He's not going to play.
Yeah, he said he was going to have ankle surgery.
Right. So if he signs for him, it's going to be next year.
But the thing is, if he doesn't have it, he could sign and play.
Right. So go ahead, Travis, with the next question.
Well, I was going to say, Terrell Owens said that he'd go to play for Tampa.
I heard rumors that Dallas was interested in AB. Because they lost what's his name last week.
It wouldn't surprise me. They used to take all the people that should be tossed in jail. So
who did they lose last week? Why are we drawing my?
I don't know.
Was it Amari Cooper they lost?
No.
No, Gallup.
Yeah. Amari Cooper's still there.
I was like,
I was gonna say Amari Cooper was popping up, and I'm like, I thought he was still there.
Yeah. So then AB had the gall to say that TB12, so Tom Brady, the only reason him and Tom Brady are friends, quote unquote, is because he needs him to win. And he completely ignored the fact that Tom Brady already has 6 Super Bowl rings without him. Do you think that there's any truth to this statement? Because he brought him to New England, and then when he got to Tampa, also said, hey, sign him down here. Because he had nowhere, he wasn't anywhere else until Tampa Bay picked him up.
Right. Do you think that it's true that the only reason Tom Brady was being friendly towards him is because of his talent and wanted him on the team to win, not because he actually liked the person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think originally it started off as, we need talent, bring him in, he's a talented player. Everyone knew he's a talented player.
Well,
there's no question about that. And I think once he got in there, Brady kind of took him under his wing and said, okay, well, if we get him calmed down, he could really become a big asset to this team. So if we get him situated correctly and he tried to become friends with him. And I mean, what kind of person that's just looking for someone to be talented will let you stay at their house for months on end?
Yeah.
I mean, you build a friendship through that time. I don't care how different you are. You build a friendship if you're staying at someone's house for months on end.
What it seems like is that the minute AB decided, hey, I'm going to go get my own place away from Tom Brady, all of a sudden he started going off his rocker again. It's like he had Tom Brady as his nanny, and the minute the nanny was no longer around, he decided, hey, I'm going to be an asshole again, and that's what happened.
Hey, just remember, you can thank Vontaze Burfict for that. Ever since that one hit, AB's been off the walls.
Have any of you ever lived with an Antonio Brown type of personality?
Yes.
No.
So when I was in Cuba, one of my roommates, Hertilian, this is him. Like, naturally talented. He was on the Chris. You remember
Chris is here.
Oh shit, that's right. Sorry, I'm watching the YouTube part. But Chris knows him. So
What happened to
Hertilian,
Chris?
super hot. He lost internet.
Oh,
so he was
Like
super
an hour ago now.
really talented. He was on our flag football team, and great until he didn't get the ball enough, or somebody says something the wrong way. His temper just skyrockets off, and that's Antonio Brown, the exact same. Like, there is no way anybody's gonna calm that guy down. Like, it's a personality trait at this point.
They
And
may be able to calm him down for a short period of time, but it's never gonna last.
I mean, the fact Brady got him calmed down through, 8 games, 12 games last year, and then most of this season is kind of surprising.
It is.
And the only way that person is going to calm down is if you're really good boys with him.
Yeah.
Like,
It does give you a different perspective on the Steelers coach about what kind of shit he deals with.
Yeah.
Because he was on the Steelers for 8 years?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, that coach has had some amazingly talented players, but boy, are they crazy as shit.
Yeah.
All right. So the Jacksonville Jaguars fans have finally run out of the patience with the front office, as we were talking earlier. After they lost to the Pats 50-10.
When I saw this article, I had to share this one. Story. It made me laugh.
Yeah, the Jaguars faithful have reportedly taken matters in their own hands. For the team's final game in 2021, they will dress up as clowns. So that way the head office can see what they actually think of their hometown team. And to basically send a message to them that they think that the whole team and owners are a bunch of clowns. Do you think the front office will actually understand this concept?
Nope, they're going to look at it as a publicity stunt, and they're going to be happy people are watching their game.
Right.
I think it's a non-issue. I don't think it's a news story. I think what's his name? Khan, is that the owner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's very aware of his team and how bad they are. He did fire the head coach like he should have done. Took him a while to do it. He's aware. There's nothing he can do about the team now. To dress up like a clown on the last game of the year is pointless and, like you said, publicity stunt. I don't think it matters. I think the only reason that this news article is in our show is so you can say that New England name one more time and won 50-10 against another team. That's the only reason it's on here.
You're welcome.
Conspiracy theory abounds.
I just found it funny that they're going to wear the clown things. You want to know another random stat? Indianapolis has never won in Jacksonville in the past 20 years or something.
Correct. Really? They have not won in Jacksonville since 2014.
Really?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Which I still picked them on the in the bets, which I went. I think they might. The thing is, I feel like it's more of a New England playing in Miami situation where they always play towards the end of the year and they haven't had to. Their playoff positioning was set, so it didn't matter if they won or lost.
Except for
you said that to me, and I call BS on that. Because this is the team that had the number one spot open when they went undefeated season, and they did not rest their starters for 2 games because they tried to win to be undefeated. Bill Belichick and his team does not. They played to win. No. I don't care.
Play to win.
I don't know.
Yes, because half the time they didn't have that first round bye.
See, the fact is, you want to say how great Patriots are for the last 20 years, great, but you cannot swallow the pill that they cannot beat Miami in Miami. You refuse to acknowledge it. You're like, no, there's a reason for it. There's an excuse for it.
So Smitty, you want me to go put your money on Miami this week?
Yes.
How much?
To face the fact that
Send it up.
Miami sucks guts, and they have for 20 years, and New England Patriots is the GOAT for the last 20 years, but for some reason, I don't give the damn the reason why, they lose in Miami more times than they win.
All right,
That's
Smitty,
all that matters.
send your money up. I'll go put them on the bets tonight. I'll go put them on the Pats first thing tomorrow morning. You send your money up. I'll put it on Miami to win.
You know what I'm going to do now? You know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to go look at all the games that the Patriots lost to Miami in Miami over the last 20 years and find out where Miami stood, where the Patriots stood, where they were during the game, and what because they didn't play the last game of the year because back then they didn't always play the last game. It could have been this 8th game.
Yeah.
No, most of the time they usually played towards the very late in the season.
Yeah, it was either very beginning or very late.
Well, no, they usually played them early and late.
Yeah.
Early
And I'll give that to you. I'll give you a couple of times maybe the Patriots didn't care. But you can't tell me that happened every time. Not all 12 times they lost to Miami.
I didn't say every time. I said most of the time.
Stop using excuses why your team sucks in Miami, okay? Just say they do. Okay? I'm giving you that they're the best team in the last 20 years. And you just can't take the pill that Miami, racks their asses in Dade County.
All right.
Breathe, Smitty.
Let's talk about Smitty's other favorite team. The New York Jets and Giants are getting sued by a fan with a lawsuit seeking $2 billion in monetary damages and $4 billion in punitive damages, which claims including false advertisement and deceptive practices, because both teams represent New York metropolitan area, but are in fact play in East Rutherford, New Jersey, for decades, and has been a point of contention for those whose pride reside in certain side of the Hudson River. Are we surprised it actually took this long for it to happen?
I can't believe there's a lawsuit.
For someone to actually be allowed to sue them? Yeah, I'm surprised it took this long. I didn't think that was a thing.
So the issue is that because they're called the New York Giants, New York Jets, they actually they get a tax break from New York and New Jersey.
Yep.
And they have incentives because they're called New York, whatnot, from the States.
Yep.
And I think someone finally realized, wait, they're getting all this tax breaks and all this other incentives, and they're not even in our state.
Yeah.
They're not giving any money back to the state, because normally you get those tax breaks as an employer because you have so many thousands of employees, which all those employees are paying taxes in that state. Well, guess what? If your home stadium isn't in that state, even if it does employ New York residents as employees, you're not getting that tax revenue from all of it.
Okay, so it depends on where your stadium is.
Yeah, and that's what they're suing about.
Yep.
And it's because it's state to state, because I know that Dallas doesn't play in Dallas, and but they still play in Texas.
No, well, actually, the new Dallas stadium is just outside of Dallas.
Right.
It's still technically in the same, because once you get down south, counties are totally different. So like, Worcester County. Yeah, Worcester County it's most of central Massachusetts, right? But like down there, like Dallas County, whatever the county that Dallas is in, would only be like the surrounding two little tiny towns. So it's probably Dallas. The county is probably called Dallas County, but it's like they're just outside of the city limits in Dallas, so they get to call themselves the Dallas Cowboys.
So I'll give you a very, very personal experience. I technically am living in Greenville County, but I technically live in Spartanburg County.
Yeah.
We're school zoned for Greenville County. So it shows up in the Greenville County tax reporting. In order to get the Spartanburg County taxing bill instead of the Greenville one, we have to fill out a form.
Mm.
So I pay less taxes than the rest of people that live in my same town. Kids go to the same schools, but I pay less in taxes because where my house is located is technically the other county, yet I'm still in the same town as other people in a different county.
That's fair.
I literally can drive 5 minutes down the road and I'm in a different county.
Yeah.
So I guess my question for you all, as far as this lawsuit goes, do you think it's going to go anywhere? Do you think they're going to win? Do you think that New York is going to have to be called New Jersey Giants and the New Jersey Jets.
I hope they just have to split the difference. One of them becomes New York, the other one's New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they'll have to change names. I have a feeling they will have to pay back money to New York. So
Well, it's a fan that's taken on this lawsuit.
Yeah, I thought it was a person.
So it started off as a fan. It has gained, what I read, it's gained a lot of traction.
Oh, a class action lawsuit.
Yes, so it started off as a simple one, and it's gained a lot of traction, and now New York's actually looking into, okay, what have we actually been giving them? And in the lawsuit described, it is this much amount of money back to the state, not back to each fan. It's back to the state as to what brags they've given them.
Ah, see, I thought, because originally I read it was just a fan suing them, but I messed them.
I think that's how it started. I'm assuming the fan worked for somewhere.
Because originally the Jets had a stadium that was inside New York. Wasn't New York City, but it was in...
The Giants didn't.
Right. And
what's to stop them from putting a stadium back in New York?
The state of New York, basically where they want to put a stadium because it's so close to New York City, they don't want, where the land that's available, they don't want to use that for a stadium because the residents around where that land are complaining that the traffic will go up and there's not enough room and this, that, and the other thing. So basically,
don't put it in the city. Just put a little bit of the city.
Well,
yeah,
that's the problem.
Albany. This could be New York State Giants. New York State.
I know. But the problem is every time they want to put it somewhere.
Buffalo, does anyone complain about where the stadium is in Buffalo?
No, but Buffalo's a totally different part of New York. They not even consider themselves New York.
Yeah, they consider themselves Canadians.
Yeah, basically. But like anywhere in New York, where unless you're in like the middle of nowhere town, all they do is complain that it's going to cause traffic, this and the other thing. But they don't realize New York is just insane, anyways.
It's because they are trying to stay in that main corridor where all traffic is easily accessed to get the most amount of fans, where there's more people, aka more people going to games, things like that.
Yeah,
but a subway ride straight to it instead of having to drive.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that makes sense, Jeremy. That makes sense.
You know what though? If they moved it a little bit further north of the city, I would consider going to games there because that's not that far from us.
No,
in comparison, I'd rather drive that way than having to drive in through the Jersey Turnpike and all that crap to get to go see one of these games. That place sucks to get in and out.
But the thing is, they're not looking for fans like you and me. They're looking for fans that have lots of money who are going to pay whatever they ask. And being in that little area, because you have a lot of people that work in that New York City area that actually live in that upper state New Jersey area. Mm-hmm. And that's where they located their stadium. Going, well, a lot of people from New York City already go down here anyways, so we can build a fan base around here with people who have New York City money but aren't spending New York City prices, so they have more money to spend at our games.
Ah, yeah, I got you.
Is the fan of that region in New Jersey, those are Jets fans.
Yeah.
So they would probably be more than happy to have the Jersey Jets. And then when you come down a little bit further, like Central region, that's where your Philly fans are. And then when you start going north into the bottom section of New York, that's where all your Giants fans are.
Mm-hmm.
So, to me, and I feel like this might be the same for Jets fans and Giants fans, I think people that are Giants fans would strongly believe that they are the New York Giants, and the people that are like true Jets fans and from that region probably feel like they are more of the New Jersey Jets.
But the teams have always played opposite of that.
Yeah,
that is true.
Where they both are in New Jersey.
And the thing is, even when you listen to other sports announcers, like real ones that get paid, they'll say New Jersey Jets. They say New Jersey Jets, and you'll hear that all the time. They don't say New Jersey Giants, but they do say New Jersey Jets. So I think the idea in most fans' minds is New York Jets are definitely New Jersey, but the Giants are New York.
Yeah. And the funny part is the Jets, when they first moved to the Giants stadium, it was only supposed to be for a temporary time because they were supposed to be tearing down the old stadium to build a brand new stadium where the current one lived. But the minute they tore it down, the town that it was being built, that they wanted to build it in, basically said, nope, you can't. And so they started looking for other land, and every time they went to go buy land, they got told, nope, it's not available. Nope, the residents around that land don't want to build. So they said, well, screw it. We're still getting a tax break. We'll still just play at the same stadium, and we don't have to pay half of the bill, so.
Yeah.
And then now the city's like, oh, well, and the state's like, oh, well, we want that money back. And they're like, no, you kept telling us no.
Interesting.
So it doesn't surprise me, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of money that's going to be spent on. There's going to be way more money spent on this lawsuit than they actually make from it. Because the owners of the Jets and Giants are going to go in together and be like, "You're a billionaire. I'm a billionaire. I'm sure we can make them pay a lot more money than it's worth to us." And we'll have tons of.
I have a feeling these billionaires are going to have to pay a lot of money to the state.
Yeah, but they're going to make the state waste millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to do it.
But the thing is, if they can put it into stipulation, oh, you guys were wrong. You drew this lawsuit out. You knew you were wrong from the beginning. You have to pay all the lawyer bills. And that's usually what happens with a lot of those lawsuits, where the small guy is suing this big, overwhelming power. Most of the time, the bill for the lawyers ends up getting piled on to the payout. Well, the fact is, you were in the wrong all the way, and you just spent all the money as you could to try and prevent.
Well, what they'll do is that they'll just be like, well, you as the state kept denying us the ability to build this new stadium, and you never.
But no, it wasn't state property.
They were trying. Because every property they tried to buy from the state, because of course they need so much property, it has to be state-owned land.
Yeah, but the state property if you're selling a big property like that to a venue, it has to be approved upon by all the people around the area.
Right, and they'll say, "Well,
hope that the judge is a Cowboys fan." He's just gonna let them throw all over.
Or a Patriots fan.
As long as it goes to the third district, the New York Supreme Court third district judge, he'll root against the NFL no matter what.
But the thing is, as far as the attorney bill or whatever you want to call it, if it's class action, then they have some really, really big suits on both sides suing this out. Mm-hmm. And secondly, and probably most importantly, we won't have an answer for this till probably 2030.
Yeah, at the earliest.
See, the thing is, they'll settle out of court and no one will ever hear what actually happened. Because the owners are going to realize, you know what, we can pay them back their $2 billion, whatnot. Guess what? $1 billion each, it's pennies to us. We'll spend more on the lawyer fees going through this whole process.
You're right.
I want this to become class action, and I will defend this person and make, the teams become the New Jersey Giants and the New Jersey Jets, or they actually have to go into New York. I would definitely sign up for that because, they need to represent where they are, physically where they are, and the fact that they're the New York Jets. Really, can you really feel like you're a proper New York fan or live in New York being a fan of either of these teams and they don't actually represent your state?
And you have to drive to Jersey to go see them?
So the thing is, when I worked in Connecticut, there was pretty much, if you took a line from the corner of Massachusetts and drew directly diagonal across to the corner of Rhode Island and Connecticut, that was pretty much the dividing line between people who were Giants fans and who were New England fans.
Yeah, they should be called Boston, like they used to be.
Well, they don't play in Boston; they play in Foxborough.
By the way.
And Carolina should be called North Carolina.
Yes, it should.
All right, so let's move on from that. So after
Thank
2
God.
years, the football team, Washington's NFL franchise, is finally approaching a new era and identity. So they will no longer be formerly known as the Redskins. With one game remaining in the 2021 season, the team announced Tuesday that it will reveal a long-awaited new name and logo on February 2nd. Some possibilities are the Admirals, the Armada.
Why are you helping him?
The Brigade, the Commanders, the Defenders, the Presidents.
Yes, the Commodores. Oh my God.
The Commanders, the Defenders, the Presidents, the Red Hawks, the Red Hogs, the Sentinels, and now the Groundhogs.
I want them to be the Sentinels.
I want them to be the Commodores. Hell yeah.
The thing you missed out is the football team is still technically in play.
Oh, I hope they keep it. I hope that's what they keep.
I hope they do too.
You know what? I want the Jets to be the New Jersey Commodores so bad, or the New Jersey Boys.
There you go.
Yes.
How about the Jerky Boys?
That could be the Giants.
The Jerky Boys. So, what name do you think they're taking though? Now we know which one you want to take. What name do you actually think they're going to take though?
Knowing them, the Hogs.
If you believe Reddit, it's going to be the Groundhogs.
Yeah, I have. It's looking like it may be Groundhogs.
I do like the Commodores though. I didn't even think about that. That's great.
I wonder if they would have to get permission from the band.
Oh, the commitments. How about that?
They're from Washington. They don't know how to commit.
Does anybody think they're really going to go with the presidents, the Washington presidents?
If they want to be made fun of for the rest of their time on this earth, they'll go with the presidents. It's a bad idea. Because
the Defenders isn't a horrible name, but it doesn't seem like an NFL name.
No.
I like Red Hogs because kind of like Reds with it. I personally thought Reskins, RE without the D, then Skins would have been great.
Yes.
But
well, so there was a bunch of people saying that they should do something so they could still be referred to as the Skins.
Yes.
Because that's apparently Washington fans refer to them as the Skins. They don't call them the Redskins. They call them the Skins. So
So why not just call them the Skins, the Washington Skins?
There's a bunch of people trying to push for those kind of names too.
Brody suggested that they should become the Beavers. I could not agree more with him. The Washington Beavers. You can still call them the Skins.
Beaver skins? They just shaved their beavers.
Call them Beeves.
The Beeves.
I like it.
All right, so
Beavers do know how to give a good paddling too.
They know how to take a beating. So
and it's a very noble creature.
They know how to build dams. Stop things from swimming up north.
And they do know their way around some good wood and bad wood.
Yes. So, in other NFL news, in other football news, the 2022 USFL regular season will begin April 16th and run through mid-June, followed by playoffs, and our first 4 head coaches of the USFL were announced Thursday. They are Kevin Sullivan, Houston Gamblers. That's not a bad name. Mike Riley, the New Jersey Generals. Ugh. Todd Haley, the Tampa Bay Bandits. I'm kind of surprised to see another team in Tampa Bay.
The Tampa Bay Bay?
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Bay, the Bandits. And Bart R. Andrus, the Philadelphia Stars.
I want to call them the Tampa Bay Bays. That would be perfect. Hey, it's the Tampa Bay Bays.
So apparently, coaches for Michigan Panthers, Pittsburgh Maulers, the Birmingham Stallions, and the New Orleans Breakers. Birmingham Stallions and the New Orleans Breakers will be announced at a later date. So apparently, they're still looking. So let's send out our resumes.
Travis, you don't have to read this in order. Just pick words and read them for me.
Isn't that what he does already?
I do that.
I love it so much.
Apparently, Fox Sports will carry 22 of the 43 games with 12 broadcasts on Fox and 10 on Fox Sports 1. NBC Sports will be the home of the other 21 games with 8 on NBC and 9 on USA Network and 4 on only the Peacock.
Peacock.
USA Network still exists?
The USA Network?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Big Bang Theory's on it all the time.
Is TNT still a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's WGN.
Huh?
Is WGN?
Yeah, Yes, so
The Game Show Network? Yeah.
So Sci-Fi. So the Travel Network.
You just don't watch a lot of regular TV. It happens.
And History Channel is a thing. I found that all out this week when I was in the hotel.
History Channel, Science Channel, Discovery Channel, HDTV, DIY.
Cable.
So those are all national. They are considered national networks, which they're owned by other networks in theory. It's just their national brand that's played everywhere throughout the country on cable and whatnot.
It's basically NBC is trying to make sure people subscribe to Peacock to watch these games. So whatever games are on Peacock, nobody's watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say NFL Network tried that years ago when they first had started putting Thursday night games on NFL Network.
Yeah,
and we saw how that worked out.
Yeah, just people just didn't watch them because they couldn't watch them on regular TV, and that's when they started joining with Amazon and Fox. And I think next year it's supposed to be Thursday night games is supposed to be Amazon only, if I remember.
Well, I feel like Amazon only is a very broad statement, because if you have a Amazon Prime membership, which I think they said there's like 80-something% of the country has households have an Amazon Prime membership.
Yeah.
But you can only watch it on one TV. That's
Two streams at the same time.
Oh, two now?
Two. I was looking that up.
I'm one of the 20% that does not have Amazon Prime.
But does someone in your household now?
No. Guarantee that nobody in this household they don't know.
They don't have Amazon Prime is. They don't know what a computer is.
They buy everything with checkbooks.
What's a checkbook?
I know.
All right, so do you guys see the USFL as a professional football league or more like a semi-pro league?
No, it's the USFL has been around for years. It's pretty much that level. Shortly, like it's pretty much what the Canadian League, what the European League.
No, they were around in the 80s, but then they went defunct for sure.
They've been defunct a couple of times.
They were around a few years ago too.
Right, they keep coming back and losing and coming back again. But they to me they're more like a AAA team. Like you're not going to be, the best players aren't going to be there.
See, I think what they need to do is that you have all these little small startup leagues, all of them partner together and make a big league.
Yeah, because like Central Mass. New England has 3 different football leagues now.
So if you had every single, like the XFL, the AFL, and the USFL, and then the CFL, add the Canadians in there too, that's 4 different types of revenue coming in. They can make a decent size, stadiums and shit like that for the entire thing, and then you can add more games and have the longer season going out to all these different places. You're just going to make it more available for fans to go see local games.
I think that would be too big too fast. They would collapse too fast.
I think it'd be the smartest idea.
So I think the reason a lot of these teams are in areas where there are professional teams is because they're able to rent the stadium for the game. So that fact is they don't have the cost of owning it. They don't have the cost of maintaining it. They rent it for one day.
Well, the XFL was renting out college stadiums, and they were doing pretty well too. The big college stadiums, and they the Renegades.
But see, you keep the teams where they are. Yeah. They've already got the stadiums for them. You just expand to all these other ones and share a major revenue stream. So, like, if you might have 3 Tampa teams,
which is in theory how the NFL and the AFL turned, or the
AFC and NFC.
NFL and the AFL turned to the AFC and NFC.
Yeah.
Right.
You keep everything the same. You just share the revenue stream. Make everything kind of work out.
Well, they're already talking. So they're already talking about.
There are rumors that the XFL has been the new owners of the XFL have been in contact with the USFL about kind of merging the leagues and turning into divisions and actually have cross-divisional games and have a championship.
There's also talk with the XFL and the CFL still.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The funny part is we had talked about this 3 years ago. If
the XFL is trying to branch out to either one, whichever one's willing to do it first, and I think their hope is to get all 3 of them into a big kind of create a 20, 30 team league and really start bringing that revenue in to compete with the NFL.
Because the CFL plays with a different size field. So then they have to decide on a size field they're going to play on. And because a lot of these teams are already going to be renting out either college stadiums or pro stadiums that have a certain size field that's already pre-lined, that more than likely they're going to end up with the CFL switching to the NFL size field.
Oh, the
Well,
CFL
what I was
will.
going to say is I think the other league that doesn't have the American standards are going to go to American standards.
Yes.
Because all these kids know how to play it because they've all played Madden.
Yes.
They had to learn football somewhere, so they're all playing Madden. They all know the sidelines. They know all those rules.
Because Jeremy,
Another-
how wide
another
it? Because
big
it's
thing
the
John
width of the CFL field is different, right? It's
Yeah,
63 yards.
No, it's the size. CFL is the size of a soccer field, I think.
And their goalposts are
Yeah, so
shorter.
it's I think it's they're the field goal post in the front of the end zone, not the back of the end zone. They're like the old NFL. So
Yeah, that's because of the soccer thing.
yeah, but
So a standard football field, NFL, 120 yards, 10 yards for each end zone, and 53 yards wide.
right. What's a CFL?
The CFL is 150 yards long
Oh wow,
and 65 yards long,
wide. Yeah, 63.
which is
60
65
oh, 65 wide.
150 long.
Wow.
So it's a size of a soccer field.
No, it's
the
bigger
issue
than a
is-
soccer field because
No, a professional soccer field is that size.
oh,
Well, okay, in Canada, a professional soccer field is that size.
okay.
So even in Europe, depending where you are, soccer fields are different sized.
So there's no
So
standard
it's-
soccer field.
There's no like.
There's no standardized measurement for
There's no standard. It has to be this. They have a range. It has to be within this range in order to be considered a professional soccer field over there.
You would know that, Travis, if you ever watched Ted Lasso.
Yeah, it's on my list of things to watch. Right now I'm watching Young and
It's
Hungry
such
or
a
something
good
like
show.
that.
I really need to go back
I
and
knew
read.
that before Ted Lasso.
Oh well, I'm just giving further.
Because I'm the mind of useless sports knowledge that never really comes up.
I kind of so I was enjoying the XFL before it got canceled, basically canceled.
Well, the only reason the XFL failed was because of COVID.
Yeah, the XFL was doing like phenomenal. Hell, Jerry picked the Renegades down there in Houston, and they were doing fucking awesome. Their QB ended up in the NFL anyways.
Wait, you mean the
That was the
XFL
Renegades,
felt
that
the
was the
second?
Roughnecks.
Yeah, the Roughnecks. Sorry, yeah, the Roughnecks.
Rico's Roughnecks.
Yes.
Come on. The thing I remember the most about the XFL is the cup snake of empty beer cups.
Yes. Was that the Roughneck Cups?
No, that was a different team.
But you're talking about the XFL film the second time, right? Because the first time they filmed it.
Yeah, they were the XFL was like growing interest. Like the first week there was a ton of interest, and then it kind of died off the second week. But as the weeks went on, people were watching the games and said they're actually pretty good. These guys are getting better. It's like they didn't have enough practice time basically before the season started, and the first couple of games sucked. But after a while, the games were getting better, and the games were good.
The fans were there. They were producing revenue, but all of a sudden COVID hit. Everything shut down. Well, all these contracts are guaranteed, so the XFL had to declare bankruptcy, and that's why they sold. What's Nate over there smirking about?
Oh, they're talking about small things and giant other things. All right, Nate, I need you to read off our not the stuff that you're typing.
The Thick and Thin Sportscast cannot advocate or support anyone to actually place monetary bets on anything we talk about on the show. Never bet money you cannot afford to lose. If you or anyone you know thinks they have or has a gambling problem, the national hotline is 1-800-522-4700, and it's 100% confidential and available 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. For more information, please go to www.ncpgambling.com.
Smitty, do you and your brother need to go make some phone calls?
No,
right.
we're good.
Let's go over last week's bets because Jeremy gave us two of them and we decided on a third one. Well, we only hit on one of Jeremy's bets out of the three that we made. The Bears giving up 5.5 points to the Giants. They did cover that spread. The Bucks giving up 13.5 to the Jets. We should have gone with Betty with Smitty's gut and bet the Jets to take on those points.
I am now Betty. I am Betty from Tampa Bay Bay.
Yeah.
Smitty, if you would have messaged me and said, "Hey, how about we go with the Jets in that game?" I probably would have said, "Yeah, let's do it."
I didn't think about it, friend. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so,
Because
but
I didn't get around to watching the podcast till after because I was in Florida and then I was driving and I'm like, got to work on Monday. I'm like, I'll watch the podcast. I'm like, I wish he would have said something. I wish he would have messaged me. I was like, yeah, do it.
So, you know what, Jeremy? You absolutely made my day the other day when you sent the message to us asking like who the rookie or who that one player was that wasn't currently starting within the top 10 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, is it this person?
Yeah.
And it made me so happy that you went back and you were playing along with the game.
Well, so
yeah, he's like before I get an answer.
I'm like, wait, I need to guess before I actually listen to the rest of this.
Yeah, Smitty made like 3 guesses on it, and
yeah, eventually,
he got there, right? Or was it Chris?
Yeah, I did. I got it.
Smitty got there with Deshaun Watson.
But I was. That's what I was trying to get. Which one that was? I was forgetting. Like, who's not starting? That could be a top 20. That's all I was shooting at.
And then he's like, and he goes, as soon as like Smitty started, I'm like, I'm pausing it, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, how about this player?
So the Bucks did not cover that 13.5 over the Jets because the Jets seem to be like trying to win these games just to screw up everybody else's playoff chances or seedings. And then Kansas City Chiefs were giving up 4 to the Bengals. Yeah, our pick was not so good.
I wish you guys would have texted me about this one. I would have said that's a bad idea.
Well, we figured the Bengals, they should beat them by more than 4, but apparently not.
Bengals are getting hot right when they need to.
Yeah, apparently.
If anyone had Jamar Chase and Burrow in fantasy for their Super Bowl last weekend, they won. I don't care what the rest of their team did. They won.
True that.
Because I think Mo had both of them, and I think she had, between the two of them, like almost 200 points.
Oh, jeez.
It was the amount of points those two scored in our fantasy league was ridiculous.
I lost the championship there, obviously. You have a receiver named Cup. I'm in the championship game right now in my little league, playing against a team. You know what wide receiver he has on his team?
Cooper Cup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a reason he's...
Hey, remember during the night we were drafting, Nate kept saying, just pick as many running backs as you can. Just pick as many running backs as you can. What did I not do? I didn't pick a damn running back till really late because I just kept picking up receivers and receivers and receivers and receivers and receivers.
You can always find a running back later, right?
I mean, if you look at my transactions, I probably changed out my running back like 30 times this year.
All right, so this week, bets have already been made. They're in. We took Indy with 15, giving up 14.5 points as of the time of the bet against the Jags. The football team is giving up 7 points to the New York Giants, and the Packers are giving up 3 points to the Lions. Now that we've made the bets tonight, anybody second guessing those?
Not even a little bit.
You know, the Indy one scares me just because they haven't won in Jacksonville, but after seeing the Jags last week, it's that team. I think that team is just trying to be done. They've checked out completely. They're so done.
They're ready to go golfing.
I mean, think about it. The fact the score was 50-10, that last 7 came in garbage time.
Mm-hmm.
It did, yeah.
I mean, in theory, that score was 50-3. It was 40. It was 43-3.
All right.
So the last 2 touchdowns came in garbage.
I did not know that Indy hasn't beat Jacksonville in 6 years or 7 years. I did not know that. I don't think it matters tomorrow, but I didn't think
it doesn't. You know, I was considering the games today, and I'm like, you know what? I want the bets to be. I don't want us to have the bets already be done. I want us to still be.
Yeah.
There's hey, we already lost this one, or hey, we got this one. No, I want it for tomorrow. But you
didn't want to make me drive up twice.
well, did you update my my overall?
Oh no, I did not
win-loss?
update your overall win-loss this week. So
I got it.
I still think we should have picked on New England and Jacksonville.
We should have. That's a game we probably should have picked, and we were like, no, that's a lot of points. They were giving up 16 points, if I remember correctly. We're like,
Well, Nate, we'll pick it next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking at Indy negative 14.5 over the Jacksonville, and then Buffalo negative 16.5 over New York.
I wouldn't take that.
No, I think the Jets game is going to the Jets Bills game is going to get a lot closer than we think it is.
The Jets are a lot better team, and they're more disciplined in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they are going to be a tough out for anyone. They're not going to lose by 17 points.
Yeah, I know. No matter how far down they are on the list. So now, Jeremy, you are 27-17-1 for the season, which isn't bad. All right, Nate.
Here, I'm just over 60% for the season.
Yeah, Nate, you want to do the top 15?
Oh, I'm not even looking at anything. Hang on.
Why don't we just do the top? Who's in the playoffs? It
Well,
doesn't matter.
There's still a couple of teams that are still in the hunt that are in the top 15.
Do the top 17.
All right, I'll do the top 17 because Nate's taking too long.
No, I got
You got it?
My Dolphins are at number 17.
That's why Smitty won 17.
But just saying, the week before were 12.
Hey, Jeremy, wait a second.
Eliminated from the postseason.
All right, Smitty, go. Nate, go.
Okay. The Saints are at 16. They were 21. The Raiders are 15. They were 16. The Eagles have jumped up to 14. The Chargers are at 13. The 49ers are at 12. The Colts are at 11. The Cowboys are 10. The Cardinals are 9. The New England Patriots are 8. Last week they were also at 8. What the hell? The Tennessee Titans are at 7. The Bills are at 6. The Bengals are 5. The Chiefs are 4. The Buccaneers are 3. The Rams are 2. And the Green Bay Packers not in are 1.
Are you sure? No, they're in Detroit, right? They're in Michigan.
That's funny.
I at this point I don't even know where any of these teams really are.
I don't know why Tennessee moved up 4 spots to 7 from 11 by beating Miami, which was if the Patriots who they crushed by 40 points didn't move. Patriots should have moved up to 7. Titans should have been 8.
I think the only reason is because the Titans after last weekend they got moved to the first place in the AFC.
Yeah, and Henry's coming back for the postseason.
Yeah, he'll be back for postseason. Yeah.
Which, as long as Tennessee wins tomorrow, that's a scary team to play in the postseason.
I wouldn't want to play him.
I mean, he's what, like 5th in the league for rushing yards for the season, and he played 8 games.
Yeah.
All right. So congratulations to Smitty Top, Nate Bottom, the Tats Super Belt 2 Season 2 Fantasy Football Champion. So congratulations, Jeremy. Yeah.
You know what though? My name is still on there.
Twice.
Yeah. So it's like I said that to Smitty. I'm like, it's a win-win for you either way. Your name's on the trophy, on the belt.
At this point, I have my name is on that belt the most, and the next.
No, I thought it said go F yourself is the name you did last year.
I don't remember what his last year name was.
Well, no. So your team name and your.
Oh, and then okay, you're right. My mistake.
Yeah. So, final weekend of our fantasy league ended up with number 1 Dolphins losing to the number 2 Smitty Top, Nate Bottom, 177.5 to 166.34.
The funny part is, like, midway through the season, I wasn't even in the playoffs at all. I wasn't even I was barely in, like, the secondary.
Yeah, Jeremy, we were part of it. We know.
Number 3, the number 3 ladies.
How was it that the guy that did shitty, horrible last season?
Yeah, wasn't going to play.
Supposed to play this season. You're fucking Dante, man. You weren't even supposed to be here today.
I should have done what I agreed to and sent my players and lost to the Muppets. That way they could have played Smitty Top, Nate Bottom, and crushed them.
Yeah, because number 3 Ladies and Elements lost to the number 4 Muppets 222.33 to 214.43. Either one of them would have beat the Smitty Top Nate Bottom.
Yes.
No, the fifth place game is what I like the most.
Yes.
All
Oh my God.
Number 5, the implications. Lost to number 7 injury reserve.
Holy crap.
280.94 to 144.96.
Oh, Maurice.
I think he
How-
had Jamar Chase.
How bad did
So she had Jamar Chase and Burrows and had 2 players active that weren't playing.
Wow.
2 or 3. It was if you look at like her what was like because once the season ended she was like, all right, I'm done, I don't care. So the amount of players she had 2 or 3 that were either COVID or IR or whatnot on her active roster.
So she could have had a 300 day if she had actually put players
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
she could have easily had over 300 if she cared.
I'm just still mad that Matt didn't even have a chance to win this week,
So
and he beat me.
Nate, how do you feel about this? Number 6, Jameis Winston, your time. Lost to Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs, 226.88 to 171.96. You couldn't even win at the end of the season.
Well, so here's what happened.
Yes.
And you should have all noticed I dropped my entire bench at one point. And then I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't even care. And then by the time I realized what I had done, it was way too late to try. So I mean, that's a pretty solid effort from where I started. I think I projected like 116 or something like that. So
I think it was even lower than that.
So
I wish I didn't pick up the running back. I didn't realize you had dropped him. I'm like, why is he available? I should pick him up. I keep losing running backs. And then
Is the 2021 champion complaining about his roster?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Suck ass.
well, here's the other thing. I go to Smitty. I go, hey, don't worry. He's got Aaron Jones. That's not even the better running back in Green Bay. They've been running Dylan the entire time. What happens? Aaron Jones finally shows up. I've had Aaron
he got 60
entire
points.
season, and he hasn't broken off like that since week 3.
Well, if AB would have stayed in, I don't think I would have won anyhow, but I had a better chance. But I did. But between 2 players on my bench, I left 50 points.
Oh, jeez.
One scored 24, one scored 26.
Well, how many of the players in their score? That's the thing. You can't
No, but it'd be like Waddle would have sat, and I would have started a different guy, and Waddle scored like 12 points, so it would have been enough.
All right, so the final rankings are
players that scored almost nothing this week. That week too.
So the final rankings are number 1, Smitty Top Nate Bottom, the 2021 Tats champion. The number 2, Dolphins, the Aaron Ronalds Award.
Rogers Award. I will explain these awards when you're done.
The number 3, the Muppets, the Single on Prom Night Award. The number 4, Ladies and Gentlemen, the Cinderella Award. The number 5, Injured Reserve, is the Actors Award. The number 6, the Implications, the Houdini Award.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
The number 7, Lieutenant Dan's Magic Legs, the Scrubs Award. Number 8, Jameis Winston, your time. You got the AB Award. Number 9, the Team Irrelevant Award. And number 10, Purple Cobras gets the Sacco.
Okay, we all know what the Sacco is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We all know what Team Irrelevant is.
Yes.
Hey, I went from irrelevant to champ in a year.
Right. So, and then we have,
Travis.
we know who the championship belt is going to. So, I thought of an award for everyone because why not? There's not
Everyone gets a trophy.
There's not going to be physical awards, but the Scrub Award is basically you had a bunch of Scrubs playing, and so. Oh, sorry, I missed the AB Award. AB Award means I quit in the middle of the game. I quit. I'm done.
Wait. You should get that because you literally had a player quit in the middle of the
Scrubs means you just had a bunch of players playing, and they're not the real professionals, so you're in there. Houdini means you're like in the middle, like number 6. You kind of just disappear amongst everyone. No one has any idea who you are. The Actor Award, because it's number 5, did not make the playoffs, so you're just a pretender. You're acting like your actual fantasy football team. 4 is the Cinderella Award, which means you got invited to it, but you just
couldn't stay all night.
Till midnight. You couldn't make it to midnight.
Turned into a pumpkin.
Single prom night award basically means, you didn't get invited to the prom. You weren't the champion. You weren't the top two. You weren't invited to the prom.
I think number 4 should be the first timer award.
And number 2, Aaron Rodgers award is because he will always be second.
Wouldn't he be the Cinderella award because he never makes it to the final game?
Yeah, that. Well,
no, that's the bridesmaid award.
Yeah,
I was gonna do that too. That's what number 2 was the bridesmaid award. That's what it was.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
So it's funny because going into the championship weekend, like I was projected like at 225, as Spinny was at like 215 or something, and as the day just went, as the day went, it just like kept dropping. Kind
of like
at one point, Smitty was projected to win by like 20.
Yes, it was weird.
Like if you actually sat there throughout the day and watched the game, all the game like kept track of instant scoring, like the scores like.
And I did, and I was like, you know what? I'm not worried about until Green Bay's game because he got 3 players, and I'm ahead by almost 50. I might be able to pull this off. Nope. Fucking Aaron Rodgers. Oh, here's the ball. Here's 150 yards. One receiver. Here, catch a touchdown too while you're at it. Oh, and after that, let's just not play that hard again.
All right, you guys ready to make some picks?
Congratulations, everyone. I really enjoyed fantasy football this year. I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again next year.
Hey, I'm glad I decided 10 minutes before the draft to join.
Yeah, I fuck up everything.
Yeah,
I do
you
have
asshole.
to admit that the Nate is going to a very caring home, and I know it's going to be very well kept.
Now you're gonna have to find yourself an office where you can hang it behind you when we cast.
What do you mean? It's going on my couch behind me as I sit here.
Hey, guys.
Nate, try to have it on the shoulder. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Nate, who did you beat last year for it?
I think he beat me.
No, I thought it was Maureen.
It was
Mo.
Mo.
Yeah, it was Mo. Yeah. Because I lost him. Yeah, because I lost to Mo in the first week.
No, she was something else last year.
She was the
Justin the mix.
Yeah, mixing a lot.
Mixing it up.
Mixing it up. Yep.
Yeah.
Mixing it up. Okay. Because I am going to get myself a trophy that says the Aaron Rodgers Award for second place. And I am going to put her name on it, then my name, and I'm going to rotate that around too. Because because the winner of the Super Bowl gets their title, right? But the runner-up, the losers, they also get a trophy too. You don't know that, but they do. So
yeah, all right, they get a hey, you suck. Here you go.
Did I just hear there's more trophies being given out? Who? What?
Yeah. Because in the NFL, you win the Lombardi if you win the Super Bowl, but you still get a trophy if you don't win the Lombardi.
I'm still pissed I didn't win the Sacco last year. I could have went worst to first.
Yeah.
So it's going to have it. It's going to be the Aaron Rodgers Award. That's what it's actually going to be called. And I'm putting her name on it, then my name on it. I'm keeping it. Next year, whoever gets second place, I'll give it to them.
Well, fuck, I missed second place award too.
Hey, so Nate, just think about it. My top player last year got so screwed because I picked him. He didn't play it all this year either. That's how bad my team.
Jeremy's fantasy team is like the Madden football curse.
All right, guys.
Who was third and fourth last year?
I was third.
I'm not making the awards for all of them.
Well, no, I'm just saying if you.
I'm pretty sure I was third, and I don't know who was fourth.
Pretty sure if you go on the app, Nate, you can check that.
Well, no, because Nate, you beat me in the playoff game, did you not?
I believe I did.
Right. That's
actually I should have left these as divisions, and whoever won the division or whatever, like we just named those two get like something small.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what this award's going to be, but it's going to be something weird. It's not going to be a belt because that's too cool, and I don't want to compete with that. And it's not going to be a Sacco-looking thing because that's too cool.
Should it just be a glass jar because it's the Aaron Rodgers Award?
I know.
A glass cup, a crack.
You got to get the discount double check.
How about a Caucasaurus? It's a dick with a T-Rex bottom.
All right, let's make some picks. Well, let's talk about our picks from last week first. First off, I don't know why Smitty's isn't on there, but Chris, Mo, and I tied with 12 apiece for the number 1 spot. Then we had Gail, Amanda, and Jeremy picked at 11. Smitty was at 10, and Nate, you were at 7.
Way to go, Nate!
Yeah.
See, some of those 7s could have gone the other way.
I know.
In a score difference in a lot of those games.
So first, we had the New York Giants going to the Chicago Bears. Giants lost 27
games.
Well, we usually do. 29
I think last week
3.
just skipping it wasn't. It was better that way.
I agree.
Jacksonville Jaguars came to New England and lost 50-10. All right, now I can skip the rest. Yeah, I can skip the rest because they're not important, except for the Tennessee Titans beating Miami 34-3. All right, Smitty. We're going past that. Oh, what was the score of the Dallas Cowboys tonight? I know they won.
I can hear. That was like 37-20.
I'd have to open up a different thing. All right. Let's see. Nate.
Oh, it's still going on. Oh,
no, it's done.
51-20.
I thought it was over.
No,
it's still going. It's 51-20 though.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I closed it out because I thought it was over.
It's over.
It is over.
All right, Nate, you ready to make some picks?
Let's do it.
We got the football team going to the New York Giants. Where are you gonna go?
Football team.
Football team. I'm also gonna go with the football team.
I concur.
Jeremy is going with the football team. Chris, we don't know because he still doesn't have an internet back because I guess somebody hit a telephone pole.
He's going with the football team.
He is going with the football team. Are we sure?
I mean,
he is now.
He is now.
All right.
That's what we do.
If he sends me a message that he changed his mind, I'll change it.
No, I think he wants to go with the Giants.
The Giants. Watch the Giants win. All right, Smitty, where are you gonna go?
The Groundhogs.
The Groundhogs. Nate, do you have Amanda's picks?
You'll get them later.
All right. So, Gail, football team or Giants?
Football team.
Jared, do you have Mo's picks?
I do. I had her make them all before I sent you the 2 for today. So she is also going to the football team.
They're going to lose now. We all see football team. They're going to lose.
Yeah, let's hope Amanda and Chris go with the Giants.
If it wasn't the Giants, I would have picked the other team.
I'm surprised none of you picked the Giants because they are going to win that game.
No,
I just don't like the Giants.
The Giants don't even have a quarterback anymore.
Yeah, no,
Nate, you were there, but we all decided to pick the exact same team you pick, so you cannot catch us.
Cincinnati Bengals are going to Cleveland Browns. I have the first pick. I am going to go with the Browns. I think that the Bengals are going to. The word is they're going to rest their team so that way they get the Patriots. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
Well, first, before I make my pick, can we recap where everyone is after we're done with the picks?
Yeah, I'll do some quick math if I have to.
Or at least estimated how close we are. But I am also going to go with the Browns because the Bengals are resting Joe Burrow because he tweaked his knee last play of the game last week because they had 20 plays within 2 minutes at the 2-yard line. He couldn't score a damn touchdown.
Of course not. All right, so Jeremy, you went with the Browns. Smitty, where are you going to go?
They're playing at Cleveland?
At Cleveland.
What the hell was that noise?
Me cracking a beer. What can
Somebody open a beer.
I'm going to go with the Rounds.
The Rounds?
No, the Rounds. The Bengals. We'll go with the Bengals.
The Bengals.
Was that a cat noise?
That was a cat sound like it's saying Browns.
Yeah.
Browns. Browns.
You are a special. You know the dog pound, right? Like,
But I'm going with the Bengals.
then why do you say Browns?
Nobody knows.
Smitty thinks that's how a cat sounds, apparently.
It does whenever you stick your wait.
Wrong podcast.
All right.
Wrong show.
All right, Kale, where are you going to go?
Well, if they're sitting Burrow, I'm going with the Browns.
All right, Jeremy, where's Mo going?
Mo went with the Bengals. I'm not sure if she knew they were sitting Burrow.
It ain't gonna matter.
Too late. All right, Nate.
I was not giving her any information. I was just letting her make her picks.
Yep.
It's not very nice.
Oop. Nate,
Hey,
who are you going to go with?
There's no
Browns.
friends in picking football wins.
You're going Browns. All right, Jeremy, where are you going to go? Pittsburgh Steelers or at the Baltimore Ravens?
I'm taking the Ravens.
Ravens.
With no Lamar Jackson, they'll win.
Yes. All right, Smitty, where are you going?
I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
His the last game.
Yep.
We
Gil?
got Chris's picks.
You have Chris's picks?
He sent them in. Yep. I said, Chris, we need your picks. He said, okay, give me a second. He sent them all in.
Sweet.
And he did pick the football team.
They're at the Ravens.
They're at the Ravens.
Are either of them in the playoffs?
Is what in the playoffs?
Either of them.
The Ravens.
In the hunt.
They're both in the hunt.
Yeah, they're both
but
in the hunt.
right now, neither one is.
All right, so they're gonna both fight for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
Now, neither one, even no matter who wins, they still might not make the playoffs depending on what the other teams do, like the Chargers.
Correct.
If the Colts win,
Which I hope
they
don't.
can't make it in. Unless the Chargers and...
Yeah, well, Chargers and Raiders.
Oh, yeah,
So you're going with
and
Raiders?
Raiders tie. But I think even if they tie, they still have the tiebreakers. So they need the Colts to lose in order to get any chance to get in.
All right, so Jeremy, who did Mo go with?
Oh, hold on. Mo went with the Ravens.
All right.
You want Chris's picks?
He won with the Bengals.
Nate. Let's go with Nate first.
Steelers.
Oh.
Nate is going with the Steelers.
I said Bengals. Wrong game.
I'm going to go with Baltimore. All right, let's get Chris's pick between the Cincinnati Bengals, Browns.
And then Steelers.
Bengals and then Steelers. We should have known
Yep.
the Steelers won.
Yeah.
All right. So Chris would have the next pick. The Green Bay Packers at the Lions.
He's going to the Packers.
He's going Packers. And Smitty.
Oh, God. Why not? I mean, the Packers are bound to win a game here or there.
Packers?
Yes, Packers. Are they resting all their starters because they're number one
Probably.
seed in the NFL?
I heard Aaron
They're
Rodgers
not.
is playing. But I
They're
also heard...
They're starting all of their starters because they don't want to give them 2 weeks off.
For one
Yeah,
series, and then they're all going to go sit on the sideline.
I heard
Yeah.
Rodgers was threatening to boycott the Super Bowl if they make it that far.
They sit there for
if they
first
don't change the COVID protocols to the NFL.
one. Boy, that would suck. Gail.
I'm gonna go with Packers.
Packers.
I really don't think Detroit can
Win against the third string.
pull that out.
Jeremy, where's Mo going?
Packers.
Nate,
go with Lions?
Actually, I wish I got this a little bit faster, but I was actually curious on what the percentage is. Because I feel like the Lions usually do beat Green Bay in Green Bay.
What fantasy world do you live in, man? Are you heartbroken that bad by your team to think that Detroit's going to beat them.
Who have you been hurt by?
Darwin isn't rooting for them just to make himself feel better.
Who hurt you, Nate?
Were you not hugged enough as a child?
The NFC Championship game has hurt Nate. Has disturbed me so much over the past 2 years that he's no after.
That wasn't Detroit though. That wasn't Detroit, Nate. It's okay.
But that was the old man at quarterback.
Yeah, the one that supposedly has nothing to give, nothing left.
Anyway, I'm gonna go with Packers.
He still, we gave him all that extra time. He still couldn't find the number he was looking for.
All right.
Oh, I got it. I think. Hang on. Shit. They have a letter in the bottom. The Detroit Lions actually lead the series 45, 43, and 3.
Really? So we're saying we have a tie possibility.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm going with the Lions.
That's over 40 years of football, man.
What are their records since Rodgers has been there?
Don't care. I'm going with the Lions.
Okay.
He was just looking for to go against us.
Bet on the Packers to win.
I have a feeling, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers to win. Yeah. Jeremy, you going with the Packers?
I am. That was my bet. Remember?
That was your bet, and you're not changing it.
They were only favored by 3 over Detroit. It's kind of
all right, Smitty.
A no-brainer.
Yeah. The Indianapolis Colts are at the Jacksonville Jaguars. How do you feel about this game?
I'm gonna go with Mo. Wow, I'm gonna go with Gail's favorite team.
Fuck off.
And if they do win, I am going to buy an Indianapolis Colts jersey, and I'm going to send it to your house.
And I'm gonna burn it.
How about you just bring it here with you? You can come.
I'll bring it with me when I go collect my sack. Oh, yeah, I'm going with the Colts.
All right,
I'll
Gail.
throw you in the fire as well.
Gail, do you believe the Jacksonville Jaguars have one more win left in them?
Absolutely not. But I'm still not going to pick the Colts. You know what? Honestly, I think that at this point, the Jacksonville Jaguars are just going to be here to F everything up.
That's the way to be.
For everyone.
Travis, do you hate Colts too, or does that just hurt?
I dislike the Colts. Gail hates the Colts.
So if me and Nate actually came over to hang out, and without your knowledge, I had about 100 little small like playing cards that said the Colts on them, and I hid them throughout your house, and you saw them, that wouldn't upset you that much, but it would really piss her off.
I would just throw them in the trash. It would piss her off thoroughly.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
I'm gonna murder you.
Why you hate them so much? Because you were a Packers fan for a good portion of that time period.
It's
you
my
said
brother.
You were a Packers fan.
No, well, she hates her brother.
It's a family thing.
She hates her brother, and her brother's a Colts fan.
Like, my brother literally.
At Detroit.
My brother literally has the horseshoe tattooed on his leg.
He's that guy.
That's almost as bad as having to pay the Packers tattooed on your arm. Oh.
So like, this is where
aren't you supposed to get that done there, honey?
I'm waiting for my LP to set it up with the person that he has doing it in Massachusetts, and of course I have to be there.
I mean, that would help.
I'm gonna get it done though. It is a bet, and I'm not gonna welch.
You're gonna honor the bet finally. All right, who's Mo going with, Jeremy?
Smitty and I are gonna hit our 100th episode. Time period.
The Indianapolis Colts are at Jacksonville.
She's taking the Jags.
She's taking the Jags. Wow. Nate, who are you going to go with?
I'm going with the ladies.
You're going with the Jags?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 100th episode of Talking Stuff, I'll be up there. We can set it up then.
Sweet. I am going
to have a tattoo appointment scheduled on February 3rd.
Really?
It's supposed to be mine.
I think it's now becoming Smitty's.
What's it for?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I need more work on my body.
He's going to put $100 on his penis, so that way every time Amanda blows him, he can say, hey, you blew $100.
Oh, I got to finish my right leg.
Oh.
Is that what you call that one?
It's not done yet. But yeah.
He's not listening.
He's
ignoring it.
We'll discuss it more further on Monday.
Tap dance. You were a dancer, weren't you?
I was not, but if he got a partner that he works with and he gets an appointment at the same time, we can get them done together.
No, it's just his thing. So You can take my appointment.
All right, so I am going to go with the Colts. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
Unfortunately, I'm going with the Colts.
They're all a bunch of traitors.
And who's Chris going with?
Hold on.
Oh, he's going with the Colts.
Colts. You know, I would love to see the Colts lose, and then Chargers and Raiders tie, and they both make the postseason.
Yes, I absolutely like that. Would be ideal.
I actually read something about that. And I forgot to
Yes.
put that in there.
Yes, I would be 100% for them just tying, no matter what score was, just a tie, because they both make the postseason.
I do not want the Raiders in the postseason.
I think after the season they'd have, it would just be priceless to see them make the postseason.
I think it
That's a
would
good
be
point.
absolutely hilarious, honestly, to
Otherwise,
watch
it'd
the
be-
Jaguars beat the Colts.
Oh, it would be. But once Indy wins, Sunday Night Football is going to be like the only real full go game of the weekend, I think.
Yeah, and the funny if the Colts win and the Chargers and Raiders tie, do they both get in even if the Colts win?
No, if the Colts
No.
win, they're in.
Oh,
The
okay.
Colts win. If the Chargers and Raiders tie, I think
There was
No, Pittsburgh is still involved in that.
yeah, I think Pittsburgh and Baltimore would still be in contentions depending.
If the Colts lose and Pittsburgh wins and those two tie, then Pittsburgh makes it. The Colts don't, and I'm not sure who goes to tie. But if Baltimore, is that right?
No, so if Indy wins, the winner of the Sunday Night Football Chargers-Raiders game is in. If they tie, I think it goes tiebreakers between the two of them.
Okay. Well, yeah, but which is going to be the Pittsburgh-Raven game this next one around, depending on who wins that. Because if the Ravens win, they
No, those two teams, if Indy wins, they're both out.
Oh, okay. Well, then cool.
It would be whatever the tiebreaker between the Raiders and the Chargers is.
Which right now would go to, I think, the Raiders.
All right.
Because
So,
Raiders beat the Chargers once already. And they'd be tied, so yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that would go to them.
all right, Gail. The Chicago Bears are at the Minnesota Vikings.
no, fuck it. I'm just gonna go with the Bears.
Going with the Bears. Jerry, who did Mo go with?
Which game?
Bears, Vikings.
Vikings.
He's not listening.
No.
I'm trying to make sure we're accurate on our playoff
Nate.
possibilities.
Chicago Bears,
Going with
Vikings.
Vikings.
Going with the Vikings. Who equals Vikings. I am also going to go with the Vikings. Jeremy. Bears,
okay,
Vikings. Bears, Vikings. I told you this.
I'm going with the Vikings.
Going with the Vikings. Who is Chris going with? The Bears?
He is going with the Bears.
He is going with the Bears. Smitty.
I'm doing picks for 3 different people, and I'm
You-
trying to check something.
Good for you.
What, do you want me to do Chris's picks? I can do Chris's picks. Anybody can do Chris's picks. We all got it. You good?
Yes,
Okay.
But I'm the only one who seems to respond when he asks who Chris picked.
Well, it's because he asked you directly.
Smitty. All right,
He said,
Smitty.
Jeremy, who did Chris pick?
Well, that's because you answered the first 2 times.
Yeah.
Don't answer if you don't want the question.
I'm going to go with Chicago because I think Chicago next year is going to win games. I think they're a good team.
Hold
It
your
does help
questions, Sam.
this year.
Yeah, but you know what? They got that wonderful best quarterback out of the draft this year. Broken boy.
All right.
Don't worry, Smitty. I'm not going to hold you to that. I know you're going to be retired.
I'm holding you to that. You better hold me to that. That's $1,000 bet. 5 years.
All right, last
4 years ago.
last 1:00 game on Sunday. Tennessee Titans are at Houston. Who is Mo going with, Jeremy?
Titans.
She's going with the Titans. Nate, who you gonna go with?
Houston.
Houston. Sound like Nate Smitty just spit out his drink. I am gonna go with the Titans. Jeremy, who are you gonna go with?
Going with the Titans.
For the Titans.
The
Smitty,
issue is Houston
Smitty, who's
beat them
Chris
already
going
once
with?
this season. He's also going with the Titans.
And now who's Smitty gonna go with?
Well, I'll tell you right now, if the Titans weren't in the first place in the AFC and Kansas City don't get the bye, because if they lose, Kansas City gets the bye.
Yep.
I don't want Kansas City getting a bye. I want them to be dying, like not literally, but so I need Tennessee to win. Otherwise, I'm going to pick Texans. But I'm going with Tennessee.
Yeah. So the issue is the Texans beat them already early this year, and the fact is, every time Tennessee seems to have a game where shit's on the line, they show up and they play.
Well, and also Tennessee has played a lot, not just against the Dolphins, but the week before, and I think they lost one of those. But they're a really solid team without Henry, also.
Yes.
So they're going to beat Tennessee, and then they're going to have Henry back, and then it's going to be ugly. I think it really is going to be ugly.
All right, Gail, you have the last pick: Tennessee Titans or the Houston Texans.
Texans.
Texans. Okay. All right, Nate. Back at the top. 425, New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons.
Saints.
Saints.
So Derrick Henry is currently 6th for the season in rushing yards.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And he played 8 games.
I'm going to go with the Falcons. Jeremy, who did you go with?
What game we on?
Saints, Falcons.
Go with the Saints.
Jeremy's following Nate. Chris. Who did Chris go with, Smitty?
Oh, well, shit.
Saints, he went to Saints.
He went with the Saints, according to Jeremy.
Yeah, one job.
I put my phone down.
Smitty, who are you going to go with?
The Saints still have a chance to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm going with the Saints.
You don't think the Falcons are just going to go out there and fuck up their day?
It's the Saints. I mean, it's the Falcons. You can't trust them.
Yes.
Gail, who you going to go with?
Saints.
Who is Mo going with, Jeremy?
She's going with the Falcons.
So just me and Mo, all by our lonesome. All right, next we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
Cardinals.
Who is Chris going with, Smitty?
What was the teams?
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Going with Cardinals.
Smitty, who are you going to go with?
Cardinals versus who? 49ers?
Seahawks. Seattle
versus
Sea Chickens.
49ers?
No, Niners are playing Rams.
I'm going with Cardinals.
Gail, who you going to go with?
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Smitty's not slurring. What the I will beat the living... Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Mo, who's Mo going with?
Cardinals. Mo, who's Mo going with? So he just asked me.
Nate, who's Nate going with?
He's going with the Seahawks. Do it. Just do it.
He's going with the Sea Chickens.
Pagaga!
The thing is, Arizona might rest some players
Seahawks.
if they need to.
Seahawks. All right, Jeremy, you get the first pick. Jets are at Buffalo.
Well, I want the Jets.
Yeah.
But in actuality...
Is this going to be your upset game of the week?
It would be.
Fuck it, the Jets.
Jeremy's going Jets.
That's his fucking game. Mine was the Bears.
That's so unusual for Jeremy to do a pick like that, though. Seriously.
That's normally against my whole...
No, that's a big upset. I mean, he'll do an upset that's a little bit smaller, but that's a huge
That's a
upset.
me thing.
Chris,
I'm proud of you.
Smitty, who's Chris going with?
Chris is going with the Bills. Is your name Smitty? Your name is Watson
Whitson.
I'm making it easier for different people.
His name is Jeremy Whitson.
Whitson.
Yes.
Smitty, who are you going to go with?
I don't know. Who am I going with, Jeremy? I am going with the Bills.
See?
Gail, who are you going to go with?
I'm going with the Bills.
Jeremy, who's Mo going with?
The Bills.
Nate, who's Nate going with?
The Bills.
The
Jets?
Hey, don't be a follower.
If anyone picks more upsets, yeah. When you got upset picks, it's Nate. He is the king of the upset pick.
Yeah.
He's probably 20% correct, but he's the king of the upset pick.
I'm going to go with the Bills.
When I pick an upset, it's normally going to happen.
Yeah, this is true. All right. Next, we got Chris picking the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Bueller.
He's picking the Bucks because he's not paying attention. He didn't say his name.
Smitty. Panthers are at Bucks. Where you going?
Are Bucks resting people?
Not as far as I know.
They have a chance to bump up to like the 2 seed.
Yeah, they can get the 2 seed if they win. Other people lose.
But I'll go Bucks.
All right, Gail, who are you going to go with?
I want to do another fuck it pick, but at the same time, I really don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to go with Tampa.
Tampa Bay Bucks.
No, the Tampa Bay Bay.
The Tampa Bay Bays. No, that's the semi-pro team.
Apparently, I missed
Jerry,
something.
where's Mo going? Yes, when we were calling. Well, of course she is. She follows her Tampa Bay everywhere.
Yeah, the USFL team is the Tampa Bay.
Did you just call them
something.
the
The
Tampa
Tampa
Bay?
Bays.
The Tampa Bays?
It's
the
the
Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Bay Bucks.
No, they're the Tampa Bay Bays.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Bays.
All right, Nate. Who's Nate picking?
Panthers.
Of course you are.
He's going head first into it all now. He don't give a
I'm
damn.
going to go with the Bucks. Jerry, who are you going to go with?
I'm also going with the Bucks.
All right, so Smitty, you get the first pick. The New England Patriots are at Miami.
Ooh.
Well, you know I'm picking
He's going
the
Miami.
Yeah, I know you're picking the Patriots,
Now,
right?
not only am I picking the Dolphins, I actually think they're going to win.
By how much? Are they going to cover the spread? Can you put
half a point?
Are you going to
Patriots
send?
are favorites, so that would cover the spread.
Are you going to send me the money?
Show me the money.
Yeah. Gail, who you going to go with?
I'm actually going with Miami.
Jerry, who's Mo going with?
She's going with the Pats.
Going with the Pats.
Of course she is.
Nate, who you going to go with?
See, this is actually like, I feel like either one is a viable choice.
It is.
It is.
Patriots.
Ooh, Nate picked the Pats.
That's a good pick.
I am
He
going to
picked
go
the
with
Pats
the Pats.
because they don't win in Miami.
But, you know, only because it doesn't matter.
No,
Jeremy.
I picked opposite of what I actually would have picked for that pick.
Jeremy, who are you going to go with?
This one's actually hard.
That's what she said.
So, you know, if it wasn't for Tua, I might go with Miami.
Oh, my God. Wow. Oh.
So disrespectful.
Woo. Shots fired.
So, do you want to Tua stats minus?
No.
No, not including last week.
Yeah, sure.
His let's just say they're very underwhelming for a starting quarterback that's played all the games this year.
Duh.
He didn't play 4 games this year.
Okay, well, he's still at 2,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
A completion rate of 71% before last week. So, highest completion rate in the NFL at that time. So
I don't care about completion rating. I care about QBR. QBR actually matters, unlike completion percentage.
Yeah,
you're throwing 100 passes 2 yards down the field.
Okay, his
complete. The same thing Mac Jones does.
His QBR is 199.
His QBR is actually 48.9.
All right, Jerry, who to go with?
I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
All right, Chris.
Didn't Debo have similar numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Who is Chris going with? Bueller.
The Dolphins. I saw it. I looked at it. It's the Dolphins.
All right, Jeremy. I need a proof.
Yeah, we need somebody to double check that real quick.
Chris went with the Dolphins.
Really?
It was the only game I remember he picked.
You were so surprised you forgot about the rest of them.
Yeah, he was so proud.
Gail, you get the pick. San Francisco 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams.
I'm going to go with the Rams.
Fear they don't have to drive the 2.5 hours? They should be better. Jerry, who's Mo going with?
Which game?
49ers at Rams.
Niners.
Nate.
I am going to go with the Rams.
You know the Niners are away and they win away sometimes?
Aaron Donald.
I'm going to go with the Rams. Jeremy?
I'm going to go with the Niners because none of those teams seem to ever win when they're at home in that division against each other.
Yeah, I don't know how Green Bay won so many games.
They're in a different division.
Oh, yeah, they're in the North. Who's Chris going with?
Anybody.
49ers?
Yes.
Niners. Smitty.
Niners are in the playoffs, or they're fighting for a playoff spot, right?
Niners win and they're in.
Yeah, they win and they're in. I think the Rams are already in, right?
And they're playing at the Rams. Yeah, the Rams are in. They won the division.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing at the Rams.
Oh, I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. 49ers. Oh, God.
You could do anything you put your mind to, Smitty.
That's why I can't do it. My mind's never in anything.
Jeremy.
You pick Miami every week. What's the difference?
Mo has the last first pick of the regular season. The Los Angeles Chargers are at the Raiders.
She is picking the Las Vegas Raiders.
Nate.
God bless you, Chargers.
Chargers.
God bless you, Chargers. I'm going to have that t-shirt. God bless you, Chargers.
Oh.
This ain't making love there, Travis. Hurry up.
This one's hard.
All right, well, while you're deciding, I'm going to go take a piss.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. Give me a second. I'm going to go with the Chargers. Jeremy.
Chargers.
He's going to go pee. Chris.
And Chris went with the Raiders.
Smitty.
Herbert, man, I want the Chargers to go. Let's get the Chargers in the playoffs. Let's do it.
Here we go, Chargers. And Gail?
I really want them to tie at like 0-0, but
I picked a tie, and I was wrong, but I picked one.
Like I really want the Colts to lose and for the Chargers and the Raiders to just kneel it out, because that would be phenomenal. But unfortunately that's never gonna happen, and I think I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Gail is gonna go with the Raiders for the final pick of the 2021 regular season. All right. And I think that's all she wrote for tonight, guys.
Yes, sir.
So bye. See you guys next regular season.
Bye. Later.